filed paperwork to enter the presidential primaries in Alabama and Arkansas, said that as he looked to the future, he also reflected on instances in the past where he, quote, came up short. He said that he had worked hard to build trust between communities and police, but that the stop and frisk policy eventually resulted in resentment when too many innocent people were being stopped. Quote, the erosion of that trust bothered me, Bloomberg said, and I want to earn it back. The former three-term mayor defended his intentions, which were to reduce gun violence, but admitted that he made an error in how he went about it, even noting that when he put in safeguards to reduce police stops, crime did not go up. Today, I want you to know that I realized that back then I was wrong, he said, and I'm sorry. Now, the city's top police union hit back Sunday. Quote, Mayor Bloomberg could have saved himself this apology if he had just listened to the police officers on the street. We said in the early 2000s that the quota-driven emphasis on street stops was polluting our relationship between cops and communities. His administration's misguided policy inspired an anti-police movement that has made cops the target of hatred and violence and stripped away many of the tools we had to keep New Yorkers safe. The apology is too little, too late, Police Benevolent Association President Patrick Lynch has said. Now, despite repeated references to the future and promises to keep fighting gun violence, Bloomberg will not make any declaration on what his next steps will be. Quote, I don't know what the future holds for me, he said, but promised that he will continue to work to stop gun violence and creating a more equal and just society for everyone. So that came out over the weekend. Let's see here. How about this? You know the name Colin Kaepernick, of course. Well, sports personality Stephen A. Smith, one of the biggest stars at ESPN, and Eric Reid, the Carolina Panthers safety, had a war of words on the internet over the weekend after the San Francisco 49ers ex-quarterback Colin Kaepernick held a workout for NFL teams on Saturday. Smith posted a 3-minute video criticizing Kaepernick for calling an audible less than an hour before he was scheduled to work out for 25 NFL teams. The ESPN star said Kaepernick had no interest in playing in the NFL, which got a digital clapback from Reid, who played with Kaepernick when they were with the 49ers, and knelt with him during the Star-Spangled Banner. Reid, who called the showcase a PR stunt, tweeted back, tagging Smith's original post, "Tap dancing for the NFL, like straight Colin wants to control the narrative. He's supposed to trust the organization that blackballed him and has done absolutely nothing in good faith. Born on Tuesday, just not last Tuesday." Smith then took the fight to Instagram, saying, "The more you talk, the more ridiculous you sound, Reid. Actually, it's worse than I thought since you're the one tweeting at me hours before the game. And speaking of the game, weren't you in Atlanta in attendance for Kaepernick's workout yesterday before having to leave early to play for a team in a league you're feeling so oppressed by? Wasn't that you? Just asking." And then he added, "We just have a difference of opinion. I still respect you and your immature, belligerent self, but I'm going to call it like I see it. Kaepernick made a mistake the way he handled all this, if he really wants a job in the NFL, period. And your contribution to all this doesn't help. It hurts. It ain't about you being wrong. It's about you needing to grow up. Your decision, your life, do you." Well, Kaepernick had moved the session to a high school football field in Riverdale, Georgia, from the Atlantic Falcons training facility in Flowery Branch, 60 miles away. Kaepernick threw passes for about 40 minutes to free agent receivers Bruce Ellington, Bryce Butler, Jordan Veazey, and Ari Wirtz before signing autographs for hundreds of fans gathered in the end zone. Quoting, "I've been ready for 3 years. I've been denied for 3 years," Kaepernick told reporters. "We were waiting for the 32 owners, 32 teams, and Commissioner Roger Goodell to stop running from the truth, stop running from the people." Now, Kaepernick, who's 32, has not played since 2016 when he last suited up for the 49ers. He helped start a wave of protests regarding social and racial injustice that season by kneeling during the national anthem at games. The NFL this past February settled a collusion grievance Kaepernick and Reed filed against the league. So does he or does he not want back in the NFL? Then secondly, who's going to pick him up? Let's see. For you hunting fans, here's an interesting story out of West Virginia. Some things are just worth waiting for. After spending 6 years tracking and watching the animal grow, a hunter finally put down a massive buck. His patience paid off as he now gets to say he took down a 17-pointer. David Miller first spotted the animal in 2017, the local paper reported. Miller and his friends had leased a piece of property in Mingo County, West Virginia, and would notice the impressive animal on the network of game cameras they had set up. Quote, the funny thing about that buck was that in the 6 years I followed him, I only ever saw him one time in the daylight, Miller told the paper. All the pictures we had of him were at night. He had learned early on how to avoid hunters. Miller said he was able to recognize the buck due to its identifiable antler points. After noticing that the animal seemed to be avoiding certain areas, Miller set up a camera where he thought the buck might be. After the camera made a rare daytime spotting, Miller went to work bringing a bow and arrow with him. Now, despite coming across several other impressive bucks on the hunt, Miller stayed patient. Quote, I caught a movement at one of the scrapes, Miller told the paper. The old buck had slipped in. He lowered his head to go under a branch, and I could see it was him. He stepped out into the open about 18 yards away. When his head went behind a tree, I shot him. Miller shared photos of his triumphant moment on Facebook, posting, I'm so thankful and blessed to harvest this West Virginia mountain monarch. 17 scoreable points and 9.5 years old, and my bro Cole Roughgrove scored him last night at 179 pounds and change. I'm still reflecting on it all and have not wrapped my head around it yet, but I look forward to sharing this story because it means so much to me, mostly because of the people involved through it all. So much has happened over the years, truly incredible. So tracking and hunting this deer for 6 years before it finally paid off. Wow. And one more story I think we'll get in here before we take a quick break at the 7:30 mark. About everything that could go wrong did for Texas Southern. The Tigers had their game uniforms stolen before the game Saturday, and any hope of an upset over number 1 Oregon vanished early as Sabrina Ionescu and Ruthie Hebard wore their usual dominant selves in leading number 1 Oregon at 99-63 rout of the Tigers. Texas Southern coach Cynthia Cooper Dyke said the loss of the game uniforms, quote, kind of messed with the Tigers a little bit, playing the number 1 team in the nation, and then this goes wrong, it takes away from your focus. Cooper Dyke said the jerseys were left in a conference room while the Tigers watched video in the morning. We came back to the holding room and they were gone, she said. We looked everywhere for them with the assistance of hotel staff and the Eugene police, but the search came up futile and the Tigers played in their practice gear. The Tigers were down 10-0 before they scored 4 minutes into the game, and Oregon lead kept growing to 24-10 at the end of the first quarter and 52-21 at halftime. Oregon is such a phenomenal team, you've got to be at the top of your game to even be in the game, Cooper Dyke said. We were a little bit intimidated and then, of course, lost their uniforms to boot. Not a great weekend for the Tigers. All right, let's take a little break here. It is 7:30. Monday morning, November 18th, 2019. Phone lines will be open, 440-593-7181. We'll take a break. We'll see you guys back in just a little bit.
This message is for all Americans that owe $10,000 or more in back taxes to the IRS. Look, I know you want to keep ignoring those letters, but the problem isn't going away. It's really stressful, and you don't know where to turn.
The good news is you have rights, and we can help resolve your IRS problems.
If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, our qualified CPAs, tax negotiators, and support staff know the law and know how to get your situation under control legally and permanently.
Call the number on your screen now and we will contact the IRS on your behalf, help you end wage garnishments, stop collection calls, remove tax liens, get rid of IRS and state tax penalties, and reduce the amount you owe if you qualify. You wouldn't go to fix your car without going to a mechanic, so why face the IRS without an experienced company that can help you?
Let us take the stress of back taxes and the IRS off your shoulders so you can spend time on the important things in your life, like your family or your business. If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, call now and find out how we can help you.
My world spins fast, but I wouldn't change a thing. I wear many hats: mother, daughter, and wife. Being a visiting angel is a big part of my life. I love providing the care that George needs now that he lives alone. Visiting Angels gives me the confidence, work experience, and support to be the best caregiver possible.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Throughout my life, I've always tried to be there for the people around me. Now, things have changed. I'm so grateful to have an angel who truly cares for me.
It's so rewarding to be a part of his life and make a difference when he needs it the most.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Welcome back to Sunrise Live. It's about 7:34 on the clock. Monday morning, 18th of November, all day long. If you'd like to call into our show, the phone line's open, 440-593-7181. That's the number to call. I know this shouldn't be on. I don't know. Yeah, I shouldn't have an alarm. Looked like the alarm was set on this little mini clock. I don't want that buzzing off in the middle of the show. Let's get to a couple of news stories locally here at this point of the show. Warren Dillaway reports in the Star Beacon. I got this story out of Conneaut. It's a pretty cool story. An initial bad experience in an airplane didn't deter Ed Matthews from serving in the U.S. Air Force, but also didn't raise his interest in flying after the Korean War. Matthews grew up in Monroe Center and said he had the opportunity to fly with a friend, and they crashed. I took a guy down to Akron. He bought a two-seater plane and told me he would give me a ride, and we crashed. We went down through the trees. I was in the hospital for a couple of weeks. He said he didn't know why he enlisted in the Air Force after the experience, except he didn't want to be a ground soldier during the Korean conflict. Matthews said he decided to enlist with childhood friend Jeff Burlingham because they figured they would end up in the military anyway. I enlisted because I was going to get drafted, he said. The Korean War was going pretty hot, he said. Matthews said he went to basic training with Burlingham and then they were separated. I went to an electronics school, Matthews said. He said he was then assigned to an Air Force base in Panama City, Florida, where he was an airplane mechanic for several years. Matthews spent much of his time working on planes on the ground, but occasionally he had to go up to evaluate a problem in the aircraft. When they couldn't figure out what was wrong, we had to go up, Matthews said. He said he would sit in the radio operator's spot and fight his fear of flying after the earlier civilian crash. Fixing the planes was not always an easy task, Matthews said. There was so much wiring, he said. Matthews said he served from 1952 to 56, during which the Russians were amping up their military wings so the Air Force maintained a large presence to ensure there would be no aggression by Russian forces. The carryover for civilian life wasn't too important as in his work career at Ashtabula companies including General Electric, reactive metals, and chemical plants, but did help around the house. I learned a lot about electronics, and that helped in fixing items at home, he said. After leaving the Air Force, Matthews said he never flew in an airplane again. To get me up, you had to tie me up. I never flew if I didn't have to, Matthews said. I thought that was kind of a cute story of a local man here who was in the Korean conflict and ended up in the Air Force, even though that bad experience with flying happened earlier in his life. Just thought that was an interesting story there. Whoop, I got a phone call coming in, I think. Let's see who's on the line. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Morning.
Hi.
Today.
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good to hear from you, Linda.
Ooh, got a buzzing.
Yeah, that's something that hasn't changed for about a week now. I don't know what that is.
That's nasty.
Yeah, it's in the phone line somewhere. Sorry about
Your
that.
volume is way up today. I have to turn it back when I turn it on the other channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm kind of a little bit higher than normal today.
Used to be a little
Okay.
higher.
All right. Appreciate that.
Okay. At least you can hear you.
Yeah, I know Regis has been working on some things at City Hall, so I think he turned up the volume a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot higher than it has
All right.
been.
Thank you.
Well, I like that wooden thing beside you. That is really pretty.
This over here?
No, over on, yeah.
Yeah, behind me? That's
Yeah,
actually...
the one behind you.
Yeah, that is actually a vinyl piece of a shutter. And they painted it and put up a little sunshine and a flower at the top. The people at the Kingsville Library made that for us.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, very cool. I like it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I got some things. I see Mickey Mouse is going to be 91 today.
91?
Yep.
Oh my goodness gracious.
The old man, ain't he?
I didn't know he was 91. Wow.
Wow, that's old. I remember though when they came on television.
Oh really? The Mickey Mouse Club?
The club, Mickey Mouse Club. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, boy, that's right. I kind of recall that watching. I've seen tapes of that show,
I
yeah.
mean the original one, not the ones that are on now.
Right, the black and white version.
Yeah.
Jimmy, Annette Funicello, and others.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Yep.
Tim Constantine and all them. They were really good.
That was a cute show.
Yeah, I know. That was fun to watch.
You're
We
right.
got home from school every night.
Absolutely. I remember Mickey Mouse Club. You got it.
Yeah, I know. I see too also on the news in Florida, or I think it was Florida, 2 yachts caught on fire, and one was worth $8 million, one was worth $12 million.
Oh no, I didn't hear that. What happened to him?
Mhm.
What happened?
I don't know, one of them, and then the other one caught on fire.
Oh my goodness,
Checked
no.
all of it, but
Wow.
it happened.
That's a lot of money.
And then did you, I don't know if you said this about in Singapore where that baggage handler switched all the tickets on the luggage,
No.
and the airline had to pay $42,000 to cover what he did.
What, did he send him to other places?
Yeah, he switched the tags.
Oh
They
no.
went everywhere, but they were full.
What, was he mad about something?
I don't have any idea.
Wow.
Must have been off his rocker.
Or mad at the company. Something's up, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh, my goodness.
Something. Get
That's
someplace
terrible.
and not have your luggage.
Exactly.
I
Wow.
had that happen one time. They shipped it to my house.
Oh, did they? How long did it take to get it?
Oh, I can't remember. It was a long
Oh.
time ago. I think it was probably the first time I ever flew.
Okay, wow.
That was when I went to Florida.
There you go. You had to buy all new clothes.
But I remember, and I think, yeah, it was, because I think it came to Florida. You know, it went somewhere else, and then they shipped it to where I was staying.
Okay, okay. Man, that's not a good thing though.
No, not to have any clothes or anything
You're right.
with you. whatever. What are you going to do? Then things happen. Unfortunately.
That's true. You're right. You're absolutely right.
So, yeah, well, I'll let you go. Oh, I got your trivia, and then I'll.
Oh, okay. What do you got today?
Okay. What was the very first neon sign used to promote?
Ooh,
Football game, an opera house, a radio station, or a carnival?
the first neon sign used to promote something. Let's go with the Opera House.
That's correct.
Was it really?
Yep.
Wow, I got one. That's pretty amazing.
We got right, huh?
Well, I don't get many of them anymore. That was pretty good. Yeah, neon signs. Wow.
Okay, well, I like all your stuff that you got there.
We're ready for Thanksgiving.
Yep, it looks nice.
Thank you.
Okay, you have a good day.
Take care, Linda.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Well, thank you. Hey, I got a trivia question right on a Monday morning, no less. So that's even more impressive. Of course, it was a total guess, but hey, I had a 1 in 4 shot to get that one right. Thank you for the call, 593-7181. If any of you others would like to call, you can certainly do that. One reminder, we got a couple of minutes before I'm going to take our next break, and then we'll do some calendar type items. Don't forget, it's not far away. Santa Claus is coming back to Conneaut, of course sponsored by the Conneaut Convention and Visitors Bureau, the first 3 Saturdays in December. So we are talking about December 7, December 14, and December 21. Bring the kids on over to the Conneaut Fire Station on Middle Road. Every child will receive a treat from Santa. Bring your camera. There'll be opportunities for you to take pictures. First 3 Saturdays in December. Now, he's a busy guy, and he makes time to come here and visit Conneaut. So make sure you're prepared to go down to the Conneaut Fire Station December 7, 14, and 21 between the time of 4:30 and 7, 4:30 in the afternoon to 7 o'clock in the evening. Visit with Santa Claus at the Conneaut Fire Station. That ought to be a lot of fun. Let me get that back and see if I have any other announcements on the email side of things. I know I've got a couple there. Well, hang on. We've got another call coming in. Hello there. Welcome to the show today.
Morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. Who's this?
Oh, you don't know?
Oh, now I do. I didn't at first. You didn't sound the same there. You're changing your voice up a little bit.
Oh, you still got the hum on your phone?
Yeah, the telephone hum. I mentioned that to folks last week. I don't have anything to do to fix that, but I think our audio sounds better today, so one little thing at a time. Something's in the phone line somewhere, I know that.
Yeah.
But how are you doing?
Oh, I just woke up.
Good to have you along for the ride.
Yeah. And I'm sore all over.
Oh, you're sore? Did something happen?
Oh.
Oh.
Just 2 days in a row was like that. It was a bad sore.
I'm sorry to hear that, Kenny.
Yeah, I can't wait when it's all over and get done.
Yeah, and you feel better, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's good. Hey, the Browns did not lose this weekend. They didn't play. They play next Sunday.
Yeah.
Cavaliers are not doing so good. They lost to the 76ers yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah, that wasn't a good game.
Well, I know they ain't going to do that good.
They are like 4-8 right now. So,
Yep.
Buckeyes, though, are 10-0. They did a great job Saturday. They're 10-0. That's a great record.
Yep.
Go Bucks.
The only team does it.
Right now, you're right.
Yeah. Well, you take care and have a great day.
Good to hear from you, Kenny. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. All right, we're going to take a little break. We'll come back with more Sunrise Live in just a minute.
Attention veterans and active duty military members. Were you or a loved one issued 3M's Combat Arms earplugs and suffered full or partial hearing loss or other hearing complications? You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. 3M has agreed to pay $9.1 million to the U.S. government for selling defective Combat Arms earplugs. This settlement resolves allegations that 3M violated the False Claims Act by selling or causing to be sold defective earplugs. If you or a loved one is a veteran or active duty military member and suffered partial or full hearing loss as a result of these defective earplugs, call Injury Help Desk immediately. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Act now. Time is limited to file a claim. For a free consultation and free information, call Injury Help Desk.
Call Injury Help Desk now. 1-800-478-0174. That's 1-800-478-0174. The consultation is confidential. Call now. 1-800-478-0174.
My world spins fast, but I wouldn't change a thing. I wear many hats: mother, daughter, and wife. Being a visiting angel is a big part of my life. I love providing the care that George needs now that he lives alone. Visiting Angels gives me the confidence, work experience, and support to be the best caregiver possible.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Throughout my life, I've always tried to be there for the people around me. Now, things have changed. I'm so grateful to have an angel who truly cares for me.
It's so rewarding to be a part of his life and make a difference when he needs it the most.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Alrighty, welcome back to Sunrise Live. 7:52 is the time on the clock. First hour's moving right along. We've had a number of phone calls this morning. 440-593-7181. Love to hear from you. If you'd like to call in and say hello, that would be perfectly fine. Phone lines are open. Email is sunrise@greatwavecom.com. If you'd like to email me some information to announce on the show. I'm going to do a quick go-over of what's on the cable access channel this week. It'll be good till today and tomorrow, and then of course we'll change up again on Wednesday, but I didn't get to read this last week. I wasn't here on Friday, so let me just go through the quick programming of what's on this channel today through early in the morning. Lots of programming. Of course, 7 to 10 is Sunrise Live. That's here on Channel 6 or 1024. After our show, the most recent Conneaut City Council meeting. 11 o'clock is Hometown Happenings. 11:10 is Around Town with Chuck Guglielmo. 11:45, there's video of the Conneaut Veterans Day observances. 12:35 is the video we did here in the show with the Homemade Handmade Band. That was kind of fun. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Conneaut High School highlights performance video. At 2:30, we've got Lois Miller Martone, a video about bridges over poverty. Couple of D-Day shows at 2:55 and 4:10. The French Awards are at 2:55, and then the Don DeSantis Big Band is shown, that video at 4:10. Getting into the evening, the Radio Flyers Club at 5:55. Let's see, 6:35, Lois Miller Martone again, Bridges Over Poverty. Conneaut City Council meeting is on at 7 o'clock in the evening. 7:45 is Hometown Happenings. Around Town with Chuck is at 8 o'clock in the evening. The Conneaut High School highlights performance video is 8:35. Conneaut Veterans Day observances at 10:05. At 10:55, the Conneaut Veterans Day luncheon is shown. And then at 12 midnight, the Conneaut Arts Center concert with the Elvis tribute from this past summer. That's going to be shown. 1 o'clock is the Conneaut Business Expo video. And then at 1:45, the 4th of July parade video is going to be shown. All sorts of different programming right here at your cable access channel all morning long and then all day long on tape as well. So we're always glad to be a part of that program. Don't forget about the Lights of Love. Of course, Wendy at the Chamber, the Conneaut Area Chamber of Commerce, has kicked off the holiday season with the Lights of Love. Way back in 1987, local businesswoman Sarah Schenk purchased and planted a blue spruce tree at the Conneaut Savings Bank. And before the annual Christmas parade, the tree is strung with lights and afterward is lit up by Santa Claus. Now, during the months of November and December, donors purchase lights in honor of or in memory of their loved ones. The names of those honored are memorialized and the donors are published in a local newspaper during the holiday season. The lights are sold for $5 a piece, with each donor receiving a Christmas ornament as a memento. Now, the Chamber's also offering a first-time limited edition ornament this year to honor Conneaut Soldier Sergeant Cole Walker, who lost his life in a training accident in Georgia back in October. The commemorative ornament will sell for $10. Any profits from that ornament will be donated to Feed Our Vets, a local organization that provides good nutritious food to veterans in the U.S. whose circumstances has left them in need. If you need to contact the Chamber about the Lights of Love, please call Wendy at 440-593-2402, or you can stop into the Chamber office during open hours. That ought to be interesting. And this week, on Thursday at the CIMAX Center, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, there is a free movie with 3 free popcorn, Framing John DeLorean. Would you like to learn more about the man and the car that he invented that became so famous, that silver space-looking car? Remember that? You see some around once in a while still. If you want to hear about that story, the movie is going to be shown in Kingsville at the CIMAX Center right across from the library. 1 o'clock this Thursday, November the 21st. So that's something that you can do. Free popcorn, free movie. Ought to be fun. Then for the whole family, on Wednesday, November 27th, that's next week, day right before Thanksgiving at the same place, the CIMAC Welcome Center in Kingsville, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Wednesday, they're going to show the Angry Birds 2 movie for families. This is rated PG and should be a lot of fun. Of course, free movie, free popcorn. That is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, that's something for a little later. Let me show you this. Rustler Ranch Christmas. You've heard of Rustler Ranch and the horses. They say Jesus is the reason for the season. On December 14th, a couple of weekends away, a Saturday, from 2 to 6 p.m., bring the whole family and enjoy some Christmas fun. They're going to have horse rides, hot dogs and drinks. You can meet Santa. There'll be photos, live music, vendors. The location is Rustler Ranch, 925 Creek Road, Pierpont, Ohio. You can contact Candace Novalak, 440-954-2148. 440-954-2148. We're going to have her on the show actually later on to talk about this event at Rustler Ranch and how much fun you and the family can have out there with the horse rides on the 14th of the month. Man, 18th today, talking about the 14th of December already. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Things are moving right along. All right, let's see here. This Thursday at your Conneaut Library, you can learn embroidering or do some embroidering with Diana. Now that's Thursday the 21st at 5:30. So the registration is required for this. So please get on the library website. Just go, put in your Google, Conneaut Public Library. It'll bring up the page. Click on and open up their library page, and on the events calendar, Embroidering with Diana on the 21st at 5:30 if you'd like to get signed up for that. Now last week, Beth Brown wanted to invite everybody out. Next week, Tuesday, Lake Point Skilled Nursing and Rehab, right at 22 Parish Road. That's all opened up now. Parish and Main, Route 20 is a lot better to travel on now. They're going to do an open community bingo game on Tuesday the 26th at 11 o'clock. Of course, there's a free box lunch along with that. You get a box lunch, free bingo and fun and prizes. Please RSVP to this number, 593-6266. 593-6266 to play bingo with the folks at Lake Point Skilled Nursing and Rehab right there on Parish. Next week, Tuesday at 11. It's all free. They want you to come out and enjoy yourself. Let's see here. That one is done. Don't forget, boy, I can't believe we're getting this close. The week before Thanksgiving, reminder that everyone here is invited to the community Thanksgiving dinner on Thanksgiving Day at Corpus Christi Parish Center, 734 Mill Street, from 1 to 3 p.m. is the eat-in time. Of course, there are deliveries of great Thanksgiving meals to the homebound. If you want to participate or you need a homebound meal delivered on Thanksgiving Day, or you'd like to help maybe volunteer, call Renee at 593-5273 and use extension 308. Extension 308, and you'll be able to get hold of Renee right there at the Human Resource Center. All right, at the Kingsville Library today, Teddy Bear Time is at 10:15. They've got a board meeting tonight at 6:30 if you're part of that group out there in Kingsville. Conneaut Arts Center, don't forget, they've got, let's see here, some painting classes going on the 19th, 26th, and the 3rd from 6 to 8 p.m. So that's tomorrow, the next Tuesday, and the Tuesday after that. It's a 3-part class with Chris Davis. That's for the adults. Now, the kids painting class is coming up this Saturday. There's 2 of them. The first one is for kids ages 6 to 13. That's from 11:30 to 1:30. And then for the teens, next Saturday as well, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Just call 593-5888 if you want to get involved in that. It should be a lot of fun, a great time. Don't forget also, at your Conneaut Arts Center, the ballet department under the direction of the great Tessa Deutsch they're going to do the Christmas Carol. And that's going to be on 4 different performances, December 6th and 7th. Now that's a Friday and a Saturday. And then December 13th and the 14th. Now the 6th, 7th, and 13th are all at 7 p.m. an evening performance. Saturday the 14th, if you need to go or would like to go to a matinee instead, that's your matinee performance on the 14th at 12:30 in the afternoon. Now they tell me that show sells out pretty much every year. It's all the kids in the dance group performing here at A Christmas Carol on those 4 shots. Please call 593-5888 or stop in to the Conneaut Arts Center for your information on all the activities that you and your family can take part in. Let me grab a little break. We're just a couple of minutes past 8 o'clock in the morning here. We're going to bring in our good friend Amanda Smith. She's going to talk about the Tour of Homes. That's back on again this year. We're going to talk about all the details, what you need to do to get into it, what you're going to see, what's going to be involved. So stay tuned. We will be back with more show in just a little bit.
Attention Juul users. If you are a young adult or the parent of a minor who used a Juul device and suffered serious health problems including nicotine addiction, nicotine poisoning, seizures, stroke, heart or lung problems, multiple cavities, or mental health problems, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call the number on your screen or visit JuulHurt.com immediately for a free consultation. Juul devices are highly addictive and were aggressively marketed to young people. Again, if you or a loved one used a Juul device and suffered serious injury including nicotine addiction, nicotine poisoning, seizures, stroke, heart or lung problems, multiple cavities, or mental health problems, call the number on your screen or visit JuulHurt.com now for a free consultation.
My world spins fast, but I wouldn't change a thing. I wear many hats: mother, daughter, and wife. Being a visiting angel is a big part of my life. I love providing the care that George needs now that he lives alone. Visiting Angels gives me the confidence, work experience, and support to be the best caregiver possible.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Throughout my life, I've always tried to be there for the people around me. Now, things have changed. I'm so grateful to have an angel who truly cares for me.
It's so rewarding to be a part of his life and make a difference when he needs it the most.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
to Sunrise Live. We are just shy of 10 after 8, about 8:09 and some seconds. It's Monday morning.
Yes, good morning.
It's the 18th of November. Where did that go? That means we're past halfway in the month.
I know.
And that
Trust
means
me,
next
I know.
week's
That gives-
Thanksgiving week, because we're all kind of ready for here.
I'm not ready for that either.
Well, we're going to blow right through Thanksgiving, I think.
I know. When people are starting to decorate for Christmas.
I have seen some things out already.
I have too. And
Well,
so-
I hate to tell you this. I don't know if you're the early bird. There's early birds that November 1st they put up stuff.
Yeah,
they just
know.
put it out.
Yeah, I know.
So you get a full 2 months of it.
I have to kind
We
of
do it at Thanksgiving weekend is
Yes.
kind of our thing.
Yeah, mine too. Yep.
Is that how you do
yes,
it?
It has to be the day after.
And now, how long it lasts after the new year, I'm not going to admit that to you because we've gone.
Oh yeah, I know.
I will tell you this much. Do you do anything live tree or any of that stuff, or do you do fake trees?
I do fake tree.
We do too now.
Yeah.
We've been married
I love real trees.
27 years. We thought we would too.
Mm-hmm.
So somewhere in that first or second Christmas of marriage, we got a live tree and brought it in the home. And like I said, after that year, I'm just telling you, we've never had one again. Here's what we did wrong. The tree was nice enough, being real, the smell, all the parts that make a real tree nice. But see, we didn't take it down January 1 or 2.
Oh.
It was up in February still.
Whoa!
We just didn't.
Whoa!
Well, then you know what happens after January to February.
Yeah.
It's all dried out. The needles are everywhere.
Yes.
There was my wife said, because I don't remember this part, I blacked out, I think.
Yeah.
The tree went flying out the front door because I was sick of the needle. I'm dragging it.
Yeah.
The needles aren't there because it's dead.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
my
it's
fault.
everywhere.
So because of me, we do fake trees now.
Well, I love the smell. That's the thing.
I do too.
So,
I'm not going to lie, but
yeah.
we didn't take care of it fast enough.
Well, Rotary used to do years back. They used to.
Oh, by the way, you're here representing the Rotary today, Amanda Smith.
Yay.
You're here with us from the library, but you're a Rotary person today.
Yes.
And go ahead with your Rotary story you were going to say about a tree
so
or something.
Rotary used to do the Christmas wreaths.
Oh,
So there used to be Christmas wreaths, which was a real holly. So that was like my dose.
So they were the real thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I used to always purchase one of those for my house. And then same thing.
You forgot to.
February would come around and I would just take down the Christmas berries and put up hearts and make it a February.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's outside the house. So if it's falling apart, then
Plus, I didn't tell you the part because of the tree not being perfectly straight and all that. We had to.
Good.
Well, we had it in its pot thing, but we had to tie it with strings to the wall so it would stand up.
Oh.
So not only was it falling over a lot of the time, it started to, we just forgot about it. Let's just say it went quickly out the front door when it was time to go. That was on me. So anyway, we're here and we're talking trees and decorations because we're talking Christmas time already.
Yes.
And what the Rotary's doing.
Yeah, so typically I don't like to, speed over Thanksgiving.
No, I understand.
One of those, but it is the holiday season.
Well, we're mentioning some things.
Yeah, so it is the holiday season, so it is time to think about what you're going to do for.
Well, 2 years
the
ago,
holidays.
something started out here at the Rotary, and the library's kind of involved then.
Yeah.
That's what you're here to talk about. It's back again this year. What they call the Tour of Homes?
Yes, the Conneaut Rotary Club Holiday Tour of Homes.
Now, what is this all about? When is it? And what does it mean for us? How do we see this?
So the Tour of Homes is one of our bigger fundraisers.
Okay.
It was a new fundraiser just to raise money back for the local youth and be able to do some more projects in Conneaut. But yeah, it's a tour of homes. We get to showcase 6 beautiful homes in Conneaut, and it fits really well with the Rotary's mission, because not only we're giving back to the youth, but we always do the Project Pride Award.
Right, that's right.
So we still do the Project Pride Award, but then this
and it's like for a well-kept property in Conneaut or something like that?
People nominate and it's Conneaut citizens nominating each other. And so they get to be...
Makes Conneaut look nice.
Yeah, so that's kind of what Tour of Homes is. It's just to give you a dazzling, holiday good feeling time, and then just be able to
And
showcase
this first one went pretty well, I think, a couple
it
years
was
ago,
very
right?
successful. And so we decided to do it every other year to give the homeowners a chance to because we were trying to do it every year, but then we noticed last year that you need a time to let the people know.
In between
to kind
and you may get different homes every so many years too.
So we tried to do that too. We only have one repeat home on tour this year.
Okay.
But yes, we tried to do different homes and things like that. But yeah,
so
it gives
this
us
year
times.
it's back on, and what's the date for it?
It's Saturday, December 7th.
All right, I got that. So that means from this weekend we're 3 weekends away.
Yes. And
holy mackerel.
I know, it's fast. So you have to get your tickets
Yeah.
because there is early bird ticket prices.
And you can't
too.
just go, it's a ticket thing, because it's a fundraiser
Yes.
for the Rotary.
So there is
Is that what, let me hold one of those up
Yeah,
too. This is what it
absolutely.
looks like right there.
So we do have tickets available.
You can't miss that. Where can we get a ticket for this
So
event?
it's December 7th,
Yeah.
Saturday, December 7th, 1 to 4. And it's self-guided tour, so if you have, if you're working or something's going on and you can only pop in at 2 and just make your way around the 6 homes, that's fine. It's just
the whole group of ticket people aren't
Yeah.
going at the same
No,
place at
you
the
can
same
start
time.
wherever you'd like
It's
to
up
start.
to you.
Mm-hmm, it's up
And your
to
little
you.
group that's going together.
Mhm, absolutely. So
Okay,
you can kind
very
of
cool.
start, and so it doesn't take up a whole Saturday, but it gives you that whole. It's just something fun to do.
Yeah.
And kids are welcome that are that are involved, like kids that are like adult activities.
Well, and plus your guardians are going to be with them on this trip because you're
Yeah,
driving to
yeah.
each location because
So
no
the-
kids are coming in alone.
No,
That's not the
and
point.
then the ticket, it is full price though for a
For anybody
child.
that goes,
Yeah,
right?
for anybody that goes.
Now, let me ask you this. So there's 6, and we'll get to those in a
Yeah,
second.
we'll
You'll tell
take
me where they are. There's 6 places to go. Let's all be honest here on the show. It's just you and me talking,
Yeah.
Amanda. No one else is listening.
Hey.
We're all kind of sometimes nosy. What did that place look like, do you
Oh,
think?
yeah,
What does it look like? They always decorate so nicely
Yeah.
on the outside. What's the ins? So some of the homes you'll be stepping inside
Yeah.
the building or the home that you're going to, and
Yeah.
they're welcoming you in to take a look.
Absolutely. I mean,
And
come on, let's be nosy Nellies
well, some
here.
will be really decorated up. Some
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
may be lightly decorated, but it's a nice holiday thing to do.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just and it
And it is fun.
And you're kind of just working your way through the houses and just being able to see them and just get that holiday feeling.
Right.
And it's just the.
Now, some of them we're
all-around-
not we're not going down to check out their pantry in the basement and see what they're stocked up with. It's just to
no.
see the beautiful place.
Yeah.
Are they all homes this year? Or are there any
So
other
there
buildings
are.
too?
We're doing. We are doing homes and sites. So.
And sites.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
Well, do you
way-
want to give me a little list of what you have available?
Absolutely.
What's on this list?
So I'm going to look at my list because I want to make sure I get the addresses correct.
Sure. Where are we going this year?
So the tour is self-guided tour and it starts wherever you'd like at any of the locations.
Do we need to come to the library once we
No.
have our ticket? You don't have to
No.
start at the library.
No, so
okay.
the tickets can be bought at the Conneaut Public Library,
Okay.
the Conneaut Area Chamber office.
Oh, they have them too. Okay, good.
Chris Breck State Farm.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And if you have an evening out at Biscotti's, you can purchase
There
that.
too.
Yeah, so.
Very nice.
And if you see any Rotarians, they either have tickets or they have access to get you
Now,
tickets.
is there an
so.
advantage? I will ask you this
There
before
is.
you give me the sites. If
Yes,
I have
absolutely.
more than 2 or 3 of us going,
Yes.
does that help me at all price-wise?
So yes, it does. So the prices are early bird, which we say is prior to the event.
Okay.
Is $20.
So if I'm going to go alone, it's $20 a ticket.
$20 a ticket.
Okay.
And then also early bird in advance. If you do a group of 3 or more, it's $15.
So if a couples go together, they're covered.
Yeah.
$15 a ticket.
Yep. mhm.
Okay, 3
Yeah,
or more
So get your coworkers, your friends.
makes it 15 a piece early.
Yes, early. So the day of each of these
Let's
tickets.
say I wait till December 7th to go.
So say your schedule and you don't know what's going on in your work schedule, or you have a craft fair and you got to go here and you got to go there, and you want to purchase a ticket the day of. They are available and it's $25.
And you could just get it starting at one of the
Just
6
show
places,
up at one of the
and they have the
locations.
tickets too.
Mm-hmm. So
I got
there'll be a Rotarian at each one of the locations. So you can buy a ticket the day of. It is $25.
But it's a little more.
Yeah, so you might as well just get it early.
If you purchase a ticket, do you take like a check or cash? Who do you
Mm-hmm. we
make the checks out
So
to?
it would be to the Conneaut Rotary Club.
Conneaut Rotary Club.
Mm-hmm.
So alone or 2 people, $20 a piece. 3 or more is 15 per ticket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Day of is 25. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
So get them early.
Yeah, get them early.
Where can we go on this
Okay,
tour
so
then?
we
What
have,
are the places?
We have only one repeat home, and which
Okay.
is Grandpa's Castle. So Grandpa's
Oh,
Castle was
J.L.
obviously
Griffiths?
yes, and Sheila. they were
Boy, that's wonderful.
big hit the first year, or the only year that we've done this. And I know I keep saying last year too. I keep
It's
bringing.
like we just can do. No,
Yeah.
see, this is the second
So,
time.
Yeah, so second time. So they were a big hit, but they showcased their first floor
Yeah.
for the tour. So I did reach out to them because it was such a, like, everyone loves the Grampus Castle, and why wouldn't you?
It's beautiful.
absolutely gorgeous. But they are going to showcase the first, second, and third floor.
You're going to see the whole.
You're going to see the whole thing.
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
so it's really exciting.
Dale's got to be working on that right now to get it ready.
Oh, I'm so grateful for him and Sheila. Yeah, he had to.
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, so I mean, Dale's the type of person, and Sheila, they instantly say yes, but I think they had to, because I, brought up, like, hey, are we, going to be able to see the whole thing?
Yeah, and
he
they
said,
agreed to that?
Yep, they did.
So Grampus Castle is one location. Where else are we going this year?
So then there is the D-Day Administration Building. So that's the one that's right across the library. So this is considered a site.
Oh, yeah.
But what is really awesome about this is they are doing the sanctuary. So this is one of the,
really?
yeah, they wanted to showcase
Because that was
the
a church
sanctuary.
building.
Yeah, so they're going to be in the sanctuary, which they'll have, I believe they have, I don't know exactly which every homeowner's doing, because they have
Okay.
the freedom to kind of do what they want.
Right.
But I know that they are doing a true 1940s decor with
So it's going to look that way,
Yes.
like the 40s-ish kind of look
Yes,
at the D-Day building.
At the D-Day sanctuary, which will be
Oh.
the real tree, and I don't know if they're doing this little snacks. I think they are. I think
Okay.
most places you're going to eat your way through the tour.
Okay.
It sounds like.
Well, that'll be a neat look
So
then.
that will be a true 1940s.
Okay.
And then the D-Day Museum is also
A site?
a site, and they are doing a 1944 true like home front Christmas.
Oh, wow.
So they're doing the same thing with, and they actually have original Christmas ornaments.
Sure they do.
From the period.
Oh, wow, that would be
and
amazing.
so it's really neat. So they're all doing that kind of stuff. So
Well, that's 3 of them.
so we have 3 of them there, and then the Nelson's home, and it's 406 Middle Road. And
So I don't know if I know this one. What's this about?
so their home is just a private residence, and she's been decorating, from what I've heard here, for about 4 weeks now.
Oh, wow.
For this event, and she has a like a country Christmas scene.
Okay.
And so this is your feel-good home. You go through and you get that really good feel. And it's by the Station 3, so
Okay.
we are thinking parking would be very easy for over there.
Right near
So,
her home. What was that address again?
It is
403, did you say?
406.
406.
So that's a Nelson home.
Yep.
And then the Watson home is 639 Furnace Road.
639 Furnace.
Yes, Furnace Road. And her home is a 1950s.
Oh, yeah?
So you're going to go into the home and go right into the basement, which is fully decorated and with a jukebox and everything.
Kind of 50s-ish stuff.
Yeah, completely. Aluminum tree.
Of course there is.
Food, music.
That's interesting.
From what I hear, her and her husband are dressing up in period clothing. So it's kind of weird because as we start these processes, the committee meets and we try to pick homes and kind of put it out there. This year, it's decades. I don't know how this happened.
You're right. It sounds like
you
it.
know,
You got 40s, you got 50s.
And we have
now with Grampus Castle.
Downtown Abbey type feel.
Oh my
And
goodness.
then so that it fits because then the last home is the Tanner home, which is a Victorian home.
Jim and Mo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Right over
So
near Ron's Meats there.
Yep,
I know where you're talking.
So her address is their address. I'm sorry, is 930 West Main Road.
West Main Road.
So yeah, it's kind of cool because
So they jumped on board with that.
Yeah,
Way to go,
so-
Jim and Mo.
Yeah, because you know what? That's the number one thing that people want is they were like, we want a Victorian home.
Well, that home's
on
been around
20.
for a while too,
Yeah.
and it's so big, everybody knows where we're talking.
Yeah.
And I wonder what they're doing with theirs.
And that's what we told
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, we told everybody, you don't
Do
have to
your
go,
thing.
Yeah, you don't have to go crazy because sometimes it's like to your traditions too. Sometimes it's not crazy, overly decorated,
Yeah.
but then you can see the architecture and you can see the, in some of the older homes, and then you can see, but then you have others that just love Christmas.
Sure.
And love spreading that Christmas cheer. So
that's all
it's going
part
to
of
be
it.
such a fun day. I mean, you can picture yourself just spending time with your friends or just yourself
Yeah.
and just walking through each home and getting a little, snack and get to
I
see
suppose
this
people
and-
are okay with snapping a couple pictures, something like
Yeah,
that, while
I
you're
mean,
on the trip. Is that okay?
So I guess it's up to each homeowner, but so far there hasn't been any
I'm assuming
type
somebody will
of...
grab a selfie somewhere or
Oh,
something like that.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
How
but yeah.
cool! And so, like you say, it's a self. You decide.
Yeah.
All right, here's the 6 places. Let's start here, go there, go. You and your group. Oh, and hopefully you get a group together. That makes it more fun anyway.
Oh, it is. The
And you
first
save
year we
money on
had
the tickets too
coworkers
anyway.
and yeah. Oh yeah, you save money.
So and they're open from 1 to 4 that day.
Yes.
So you do have to fit it in that time frame. If you're there at 6:30, you're a little late. Sorry.
Yeah,
You got to
no.
stay for their benefit in that time frame.
They're opening up their home. They're getting
Yeah.
everything ready.
And they live a life still, so.
Yeah, and that's the one thing too. Our
Because
club.
this is volunteerism on their part, right?
Absolutely, yes.
So-
And it's a big ask, but
Well, it is.
it really helps us have a successful fundraiser and.
Now with the fun, tell me again, the Rotary Club, 'cause see, I know, because I know a lot of you Rotarians, what's
Yeah.
going on. What does these kind of funds, and you say kids programs or things like that, what does that mean you do?
As far as Rotary
Is
goes.
it scholarships or what does it mean?
So this isn't designated directly to scholarships,
Okay.
but I think it's pretty much just our main focus of our club, our mission statement is to support the local Kania area with the emphasis on youth.
Well, you always seem to have high schoolers at the
Yes.
Rotary Club every Tuesday, it
Yeah,
seems
so
like.
we have high school students that
Yeah.
speak seniors that speak every week.
Yeah.
Then we have a middle school student speaker.
Right.
Once a month we give an award to. But we want to be the lifeline for our local youth, be able to, if there's a request, if they're, and not just in school, but like just in general, if you
Yeah.
have an activity or this is going on, just in general, like the soapbox derby or, just outside activities. But we like to also be a lifeline for our principals. So if there are things that in our schools, to be able to give them some discretionary funds, if they're be able to take them on a field trip, we can
Yeah.
pay for the busing.
I got you.
Just big things that you just don't think about. So we get a lot of requests, and it's not just the schools. We get things for like the Conneaut Art Center, their youth theater, or the library. Too. Like if
Yeah.
our teens need, we've given our club's given funds for just be able to have pizza. For the
But
teens,
you're a
but-
very active Rotary group,
Yeah.
is what you are. Very
Yes,
active business
yes.
people in our area.
Yeah, we typically-
How many Rotarians are in your group usually?
So we technically have, I believe the number is, I would say 62. I'm not really
What
sure.
kind of shows up at your Tuesday meetings usually?
So we have about.
I've been to one or two
a
of
good
those.
25 to 30.
You had a good lunch group, because it's like a
Yeah.
lunch meeting, isn't it, on
so
Tuesdays?
every Tuesday
At
we
the
meet
hostel,
at
I believe.
UH
Okay.
Conneaut Brown Room,
Yep.
the community room at noon. So anybody's welcome to to attend our meetings too, if you're interested in Rotary, and getting to know
Well, if you want to
Rotary.
see some positive things in the community, come
Yeah.
to a Rotary meeting once, because I've been to a couple. I was at one to say something once, and I was at one just to be in there.
Yeah, so it's
really
an hour
great group
long.
of people. It's lunchtime, you have your
Yep.
lunch, and you move on, do your
Yep.
business,
Yep.
and go.
It's a clean hour, and we.
Is it noon or 11:30, or when
It's,
do you meet?
it's at noon.
Noon to
so
1,
we,
okay.
we leave by 1 o'clock. But yeah, so we try to do, as much as we can to give back. And it's not just about the youth. Like we have service projects that we're already trying to work on. Actually, a couple big ones this year. So once we, get it worked out, the community will know what we're doing with that. Our Christmas cards down at Lakeview Park.
You know what? I forgot about that. Is a Rotary thing.
Yes, it
Is that
is.
coming back this year?
Yes. So
You've got a million of those things. I mean, there's a lot of them that are up there.
Yes. So
Are they coming back? When do you have to actually go do them?
So I didn't get a chance to go down this weekend because
Yeah.
I was, wasn't in town. But they were going to install them Saturday. This past Saturday.
So they're like some of the wooden pieces are up or something?
Yeah. So I haven't been down yet, but they will be.
They're always beautiful.
Yeah, they'll be up completely, or if they may already be.
I haven't driven. I didn't even think about that. They're probably halfway done already.
Yes,
you're saying.
or they could be. I think they might be completely done. We get a lot of help from outside groups too with that.
Do you ever have to do a new picture because they'll ever wear out, or they last pretty good?
So we have a wonderful partnership with the prison. So
Okay.
that's who is painting.
Do they do the artwork on
They
that?
have great artists there. Yes, so they do the artwork.
Oh, they
there.
do a lot of those.
There's a maintenance fee if you already have a card just to have up, because we have the lights and everything, to have up. But if you want your card repainted,
And it's just right on that
Or a
drive-through of the
new
park
one.
right there.
yeah,
I
let us
forgot.
know.
So they may be up already.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
But yeah, so it's a busy time for Rotarians.
I'm going to ask you this on the Rotary, on the tour of homes.
Absolutely.
3 weekends from this past Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So you got like 2.5 weeks to go.
Yeah,
It's
but
on
you
the
want to get
7th,
your
1 to 4.
tickets.
Get them early. Do you have is there a limited number or how many left? Like, do you plan on selling out blank number? What do you want to do?
Well, the first
What are you trying to do?
first year I did 200 tickets.
Okay.
And I thought, okay, that should be a good goal.
How did that go?
And then that day I was actually running and printing out tickets because.
So you went a little over 2
we
the
went
first
over,
time.
Yeah. So.
What are you guesstimating this
I
time?
think I'm gonna set the same goal. It's a fun event. I don't see why I wouldn't, have that. But no, there's not a sold out thing. So
we can get them at the library.
The library,
Chamber of Commerce, Chris Breck State Farm, and where else did you say?
And then Biscotti's Restaurant.
Biscotti's Restaurant.
And then if you see a Rotarian, any Rotarian around town, or if you know personally.
And that would be like who's some other names we may know?
So Carrie
I think Lori from the school is, right? Riley.
Lori Riley.
Gertis, yeah.
Gertis.
What's the real estate guy? I can't think of his name all of a sudden. Is Rick, isn't he one of those?
Yep.
Okay.
And then,
I can make you some faces I'm used to seeing.
Funeral Home,
Marcy. So if you see them, they'll have tickets too.
Yeah, so or if they don't have tickets on them, they can easily get a hold of
There's still time to get them, and get them early, you're saving money.
Yes, you save money, and you get to plan something for the day.
I'm saying bring a group of 3 or 4 so you get that discount anyway.
Yeah.
And then just travel together and have a good time.
Yes. So
and it's 3 hours and you're kind of done.
You're done.
Go out to dinner after or something.
Yeah, have something, because you'll have your night free, and
perfect.
So it's a really, really, really fun event. And I just everybody that went the first year had a great time. So
you got to sign up this time and get it. So get your tickets. We'll keep announcing for you.
Oh, thank you.
To make sure people know.
Yes, but they are available. So
if you ever run out before the 7th, let me know. If you sell out, I don't think you will, but you'll tell me.
Fingers crossed.
All right. Anything more do you want to share with me today before we let you go?
No, I think we're
all good.
We're good. Yeah.
Okay.
Just come to the tour.
Tour of Homes, December 7, 1 to 4. Get your tickets. It's a fun time. Family or you and friend. Maybe you want to make it an adult afternoon. That's perfectly fine too. Get some friends together. Go out and enjoy some beautiful buildings and homes right here in Conneaut. And each one will be a little different in how they
will
look.
all provide experience for you.
Yeah,
everyone
absolutely.
will be nice stop, and it'll be something really fun for you.
All right, we're going to take a little break.
Okay.
We'll come back with more Sunrise Live for you in just a little bit.
Water is vital for the health of humans, but water can cause corrosion on machines and electronics. Strikehold is the best defense against moisture and corrosion you can use. Strikehold is a high-tech synthetic cleaner and micro-dry lubricant used for corrosion control and electrical protection. Trusted by the United States military for years to keep tanks and vehicles moving and weapons clean and ready. Watch this demonstration. Strikehold protects critical electrical components against moisture and keeps them working, even underwater. Watch how Strikehold cuts through water. The competitors float on top. Amazing! Use on engines, tools, guns, bicycles, and motorcycles. Great for switches and electrical connections of all kinds. Moisture is the enemy. Strikehold is the shield. Money back guarantee if you aren't completely satisfied. Order now and get 2 cans of Strikehold for only $19.95 and free shipping. That's a $31 value. Call 1-888-444-9449 or visit strikehold.com and order yours now.
My world spins fast, but I wouldn't change a thing. I wear many hats: mother, daughter, and wife. Being a visiting angel is a big part of my life. I love providing the care that George needs now that he lives alone. Visiting angels gives me the confidence, work experience, and support to be the best caregiver possible.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Throughout my life, I've always tried to be there for the people around me. Now, things have changed. I'm so grateful to have an angel who truly cares for me.
It's so rewarding to be a part of his life and make a difference when he needs it the most.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Welcome back to Sunrise Live. It's about, 8:35. We're a little bit past the halfway point of today's show, so welcome to our program. If you're just tuning in for whatever reason, I'm your host, Jim Coco. This is the Sunrise Live Show brought to you by Great Wave Communications, and I'm so glad that you're able to join us here whenever you can each and every weekday morning. We've got another great guest coming on here a little bit later this morning. Actually, a good friend from our Conneaut Library, Cindy Prather's coming on to talk to you about a creative class that she's doing at the library, and I think it's this week. So she wants to make sure and invite y'all out for that and let you know about that class that's going on at the library. So we'll have fun with her after 9 o'clock today. Before we get to that point, let's see here. Let's just do our weather report for a few days. Okay, I can see out the back window there a little bit. Looks like the sun might be out this morning a little bit. Anyway, we should be in the upper 40s today, maybe some places hitting near 50 degrees. I guess that's possible. 29 is the low expected for tonight. Tomorrow could get some rain or showers, 43 for the high, 35 for the low. I got a phone call coming in. Good. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, who is that? Who is it?
Yeah, I played your Christmas song.
No, I heard. Oh, I didn't recognize the phone. I don't see your phone number coming up. Yeah, that was beautiful. We wish you a Merry Christmas, right?
I thought that would be nice after that, right there.
Well, thank you so much for that. I didn't know it was you calling, but thanks for that little bit of a song. Beautiful.
I thought it was pretty.
Now, are you playing Christmas music yet in the home or what?
No, this was on Facebook.
Oh, I'm starting to dig out the Christmas CDs, but I haven't started playing them just yet.
Yeah, I know. I love Christmas.
Yeah, we do too, and I usually start, my wife starts decorating right around Thanksgiving weekend, and that's kind of when I pull the music out too, so.
I try to start getting a few things out.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, there you go. Beautiful.
I got one thing out and it's up, but I gotta drag all the other stuff out of the basement and up in the closet and
right.
wherever it's stuck.
Very good. Well, that was nice of you to share that.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, I see on Facebook that the Grandpa's castle showed a picture of them decorating, and that
Oh.
was really pretty.
Yeah, that's one of those places you're going to be able to check out, but they always do a great job, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
All
beautiful.
the houses look so pretty at Christmas. I just love it when that fella, I can't remember, that goes around and takes pictures.
Oh, yeah.
And makes videos. He used to make videos. That
Lance, I think Lance does a lot of that sometimes.
Yeah, Lance. I couldn't think of his name.
He used to do every year you'd get a Christmas
He's
video.
always done a wonderful job.
Always fun to watch.
I know once when he first did it, I got one of them and it didn't work, and I
Oh,
called
no.
him, and he said, I'll be right there, and he brought me another.
Oh, my goodness. There you go.
Such a nice guy and does so much for the community.
Absolutely. Good old Lance. I love him.
Okay, well, I'll let you go and get back to your show.
Thank you for the music. Appreciate it.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bye-bye. Well, that was my first Merry Christmas greeting so far this year. Of course, we still got Thanksgiving to get through, but that's kind of what our family does. Right around Thanksgiving time, we have a great, we celebrate Thanksgiving. Well, actually, of course, we should be thankful in our hearts and grateful all year round, but I like the idea of purposefully doing it on a particular date during the year together as a family. But that's kind of when, if you do decoration, that for us, that's kind of when the decorations come out and the music starts to come out right around. So thank you for that little piece of music, Linda. That was fun. Let's see, I was just doing some weather. Sunny, a little bit sunny today, upper 40s. Tomorrow, cloudy with some precipitation of some kind. Middle 40s tomorrow, and then Wednesday, partly sunny, but rain is still expected. And 44 degrees is probably going to be the high for Wednesday. So after today, it looks like we got a little bit of precipitation almost every day of the week coming on through, just to prepare you for the week. All right. I got a story I dug out of the Star Beacon I thought would be interesting for today. It affects a lot of people. Shelley Terry reported this. Remember the RAM clinics, the remote area medical clinics? Well, the RAM clinic is going to return to our area April 4 and 5, 2020 to Ashtabula Town Square, offering free dental, vision, and medical care for uninsured and underinsured Ashtabula County residents. Quote, "We are in need of volunteers, medical professionals, and community leaders to serve the community," said University Hospital's nurse Joanne Cerbella, a member of the Ashtabula leadership team which hosts the event. Not only is there a need for physician and nurse volunteers to provide dental, medical, and eye care, but support staff is necessary to assist in patient registration, housekeeping efforts, and a multitude of other tasks from setup, triage, handing out tickets, to cleanup. This year's schedule will allow volunteers to sign up for 4 to 8 hour shifts. Student volunteers are accepted under the supervision of an adult. Now, earlier this year, 1,650 patients, up from 700 in 2018, were treated at the RAM Clinic's second stop in Ashtabula. Quote, "It was a very successful weekend," said Ashtabula podiatrist Lori Herpin, also a member of the Ashtabula leadership team. According to preliminary numbers, a total of $917,949, basically close to $1 million worth of free medical, dental, or vision care was provided last April during that 3-day weekend, she said. Of those, 846 were treated for almost $500,000 in dental services. Now, Remote Area Medical, RAM, is a major nonprofit provider of free mobile clinics. The mission is to prevent pain and alleviate suffering by providing free quality health care to those in need. RAM's core of more than 135,000 volunteers, licensed dental, vision, medical, and veterinary professionals, have treated more than 785,000 individuals and 68,000 animals, delivering 135 million worth of free care. If you want more information, you can go to volunteer.ramusa.org. Again, volunteer.ramusa.org. I saw that story in the Beacon. I thought that was worth sharing here today, so I wanted to make sure I brought that up to you on today's show. All right, let me get another story or two in here. Let's see. Where are we? Here's one story. Okay, let me get this one pulled up. Out of Kentucky, a Kentucky woman was arrested last week after human remains were positively identified as a woman who had disappeared this past May, police said. Donnell Nicole Powell, 33, of Somerset, was arrested Thursday morning on a charge of murder, the Lexington Herald-Leader reported, citing the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office. Investigators discovered human bones off a county road last week, the Sheriff's Office said in a news release. The State Medical Examiner's Office identified the remains as Lee Anna Brumley, a 25-year-old mother. Police said she was apparently shot, hit with a hatchet, and set on fire, the local TV reported. Now, deputies arrested Powell in her Somerset apartment Thursday morning in connection with Brumley's murder, the Sheriff's Office said. An investigation was ongoing and more arrests were expected, according to the Sheriff's Office. Quote, Sheriff Greg Speck states that the investigation is not over and that the task force will continue to investigate to make sure that all those responsible for the death of Leanna in any way will be identified and held accountable, the Sheriff's Office said. And let's get back to last Thursday's fiasco with the Browns versus Steelers. Myles Garrett. This is from the NFL story I've got. The indefinite suspension levied on Cleveland Browns defensive end Myles Garrett was a, quote, easy decision, the NFL's executive vice president of football operations, Tony Vincent, said Sunday. Vincent told CBS Sports he spent Thursday night and a majority of Friday morning focusing on Garrett, Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph, Steelers center Marquise Pouncey, and Browns defensive lineman Larry Ogunjobi. Quote, that's not us, Vincent told CBS Sports of the fight, which saw Garrett strike Rudolph with his own helmet. That's not who we are. There is no place for that in our game. We all know that. That, frankly, is an easy decision to suspend the player for the duration of the season. Imagine if he hit with the crown of the helmet. We cannot have that on the football field. Now, Vincent said Rudolph will be fined, but he and his staff determined that Rudolph's actions didn't rise to the level of a suspension. Rudolph was seen grasping at Garrett's helmet on the ground before their melee escalated. The grabbing of the face mask, that is a fine, Vincent said. We'll continue to sort through the next week, but yes, there could be multiple fines coming to him if we find another action that constitutes unsportsmanlike conduct. Now, Vincent added that Ogunjobi received a suspension because he, quote, went out of his way to escalate the situation, while Pouncey got 3 games because he, quote, made multiple attempts to strike at and potentially injure another player. All 3 players are reportedly expected to have their appeals heard this week. Vincent said another wave of fines is expected to come. All right, it's just past 1:45. Let me grab a quick break here. It's about 8:46. And we'll take a break, and then after 9 o'clock, we're going to talk with our good friend Cindy Prather about a project class that she's doing here and wants to make sure you know you're invited. We'll get more stories and news in just a bit. We'll be back.
Listen carefully. If your student loan debt is overwhelming you and things seem hopeless, we've got great news.
If you're still struggling with your student loan debt, there are government programs available that may actually lower your payments by consolidating your federal student loans. Just call us. We'll review your situation and work with you to consolidate your debt. In many cases, depending on your situation, we can lower your monthly payments in half or more. It doesn't matter how much you owe or how far behind you are. Even if you're in default, call us right now to find out how we can lower your payment in half immediately. You can stop the harassing phone calls and the wage garnishments. All you need to do is pick up the phone and call us right now. We can remove your default status, consolidate your federal student loans, lower your payments, and we can do it today. Stop worrying. This is a real solution that can help. So please call us right now.
Call now. 800-858-6811. 800-858-6811.
My world spins fast, but I wouldn't change a thing. I wear many hats: mother, daughter, and wife. Being a visiting angel is a big part of my life. I love providing the care that George needs now that he lives alone. Visiting Angels gives me the confidence, work experience, and support to be the best caregiver possible.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Throughout my life, I've always tried to be there for the people around me. Now, things have changed. I'm so grateful to have an angel who truly cares for me.
It's so rewarding to be a part of his life and make a difference when he needs it the most.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Well, good morning here. Welcome back to Sunrise Live. We're about 8:51 on this Monday morning. I hope you're having a great start to your brand new week here with us on the show. We're getting done with our second hour and moving into the third hour already here. It's the 18th. It's about 8:51. If you're looking at the clock to get anywhere, school, work, doctor appointments, whatever you have to do. If not, refresh that coffee, get yourself your bowl of oatmeal or a muffin, and sit back and enjoy our show. After 9 o'clock, I got a special treat for you. I guarantee you're going to want to get involved in this class that my friend and our friend Cindy Prather's teaching at the library. She's here already in the building. She's going to be on after 9, and I was looking at some of these. I'm not going to even give you all the details. You got to tune in to watch. But there are some decorated, and she'll explain this process, rocks and things that are just really cool and beautiful. When you see them, you're going to want to do this yourself. And I'm wondering if enough of you show interest, she may even do a second class on. We'll have to talk with Cindy and see if she's willing to try a second class on this, because the first one's coming up soon and it's close to full, I think. So we'll talk about this after 9. Hang in there and come back with me at 9 o'clock. All right, how many of you learned how to be adults when you were young? They use this term adulting now. You know, when a kid gets their first apartment or buys a car or pays for something on their own instead of mom and dad doing it, it's called adulting, right? Well, Manhattan, Kansas, many students entering college, this scares me a little bit, but I guess I get it, haven't mastered basic life skills such as changing a tire or balancing a checkbook. Now that one mystifies me, because I'm thinking, well, maybe it's just us. I know we showed my older son is out of the home, that kind of stuff. And I thought he had a few classes in school that I can remember, like reality days, where you have budgets and they take you through, here's what an apartment will cost, here's what a car, here's what insurance, what kind of food do you like to eat? If you have 1 or 2 kids, here's the cost of that kind of thing. But anyway, some folks don't learn some of these things when they're younger. So some universities are responding with non-credit workshops called Adulting 101. Kansas State University in Manhattan offers a series that teaches practical skills. Wichita State University has offered a workshop on budgeting. Now that is a good one. The University of Nebraska-Kearney taught a tax preparation workshop, and a University of North Carolina Chapel Hill workshop focused on building credit. Where do you remember learning some of those adult skills? When you're out of the home and just picked it up because you had to? Or did you learn some of that in your growing up? If you want to call in and tell me about some of your experiences with that. I learned a number of things about adult life growing up, but one of the things I can recall we never talked about in my family, this is me, my experience, and I'm 57 now, never talked about money when I grew up. I can never remember, okay, Jim, I knew my parents worked. We were never rich, but they provided for us. I have two younger siblings, three of us. We always had clothes and food and a place to live, and I guess you'd say comfortable, not rich, but middle class. You know how that is. But I don't remember Dad or Mom, I'm the oldest, ever sitting me down, here's what I do with paying bills every month, or here's what bills you have as an adult, or here's how the money you make this much, you can't spend that much if you make that. I know they meant well, but I just don't think I ever got financial news. Now, other things, yeah, I learned some things about this and that in adult life, but money was one of those things. And if you stop and think about it, like, where did you learn about money or budgets or a checkbook, or when you get that first job, what do you do with the money, and do you save it, do you spend it all, those kind of practical things. Well, kids are getting into school and colleges are understanding, let's offer some of these things they're just not learning in those early ages. So I thought that was interesting. When high schools began focusing on core subjects for testing, classes known as, boy, do you remember this one? Home economics, home ec, you remember those classes in our days? Or family and consumer science began to decline. By 2012, fewer than 3.5 million students were taking such classes, a 38% drop in a decade. It's not considered to be core area, and so it's easier to say, maybe we don't need this, said Dwayne Whitbeck, Chair of Family and Consumer Science at Pittsburgh State University. Students working with Kansas State's Health Center organized workshops, and they said, we don't have classes on how to change a tire at school, said student Frankie Skinner. We lack just the knowledge of basic adulting. Educators hope learning those lessons will help students cope with what they say is a mental health crisis caused by increased academic pressure and expectations. Here's a quote. In high school, I felt really pressured to take a lot of college classes to succeed because there was a huge race for valedictorian and being top of the class, said Kansas State student Anna Trena. No matter how high your GPA was, everybody was still stressed. She says, quote, you had to be perfect all the time. When we're not, mental health experts said here, when we're not given the tools to solve problems, we're not able to be resilient, said Megan Catt, a health educator at Kansas State. So, what do you think about that? Some schools today, colleges, after high school experiences, are teaching adulting 101 type classes. And for those of you that stop, let's all of us face it, everybody stops at a fast food place once in a great while, whether you make it a habit or whether you treat yourself once in a while. We've all been there. You've all been through the drive-thru, right? Somewhere. Well, do you always know what's going on the other side of the window with your food? Management at a McDonald's reportedly caught an employee tampering with food being prepared for a police officer. The employee was taken into custody after the local sheriff's office was made aware of the incident. The suspect had previously accused the local police department of excessive force in a 2017 encounter with officers. Now, this incident occurred at a McDonald's in Bakersfield, California. According to the report, the employee allegedly tampered with police food Tuesday. She was taken into custody Saturday morning. She was booked on one felony count of tampering with food. The restaurant's management became aware of the incident while reviewing footage, which they turned over to employees. And that's kind of our world today, for like it or not, folks. Pretty much, most everywhere you go, you're probably on a camera somewhere. Whether somebody's phone, whether a video cam, whether a CCTV. It's part of kind of our life in the 2000s now. But just wanted to let you know out there that when you drive through that McDonald's today or somewhere else, just be careful out there. We'll take a little break. Our friend Cindy Prather's coming on at 9 o'clock. She's talking about a class called Mandala? She's right here next to me. You just can't see her. What's that called again? Mandala. And it's really cool. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna get behind the camera when we start talking and zoom in on some of these things so they get a really good look at some of the products you brought. So stay tuned. This will be really fun, and you're gonna want to sign up for this class. You can do it. It's not that hard. You just got to try it. We'll be back in a bit.
If you or a loved one develop non-Hodgkin lymphoma after being exposed to Roundup regularly for at least 2 years, you may qualify for a cash award. Call the Gold Shield Group at 800-686-1715. That's 800-686-1715. Glyphosate, the main chemical in Roundup, may be linked to an increased risk of cancer. People commonly exposed to Roundup include people working in agriculture, farmers, landscapers, city and county workers, even home gardeners or people who live near areas where Roundup is used may be at risk. If you or a loved one were regularly exposed to Roundup for at least 2 years and developed non-Hodgkin lymphoma, you may qualify for a cash award. Call the Gold Shield Group at 800-686-1715. That's 800-686-1715. Time to file a claim is limited, so call now. 800-686-1715. At 800-686-1715. That's 800-686-1715.
My world spins fast, but I wouldn't change a thing. I wear many hats: mother, daughter, and wife. Being a visiting angel is a big part of my life. I love providing the care that George needs now that he lives alone. Visiting Angels gives me the confidence, work experience, and support to be the best caregiver possible.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Throughout my life, I've always tried to be there for the people around me. Now, things have changed. I'm so grateful to have an angel who truly cares for me.
It's so rewarding to be a part of his life and make a difference when he needs it the most.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Alrighty, welcome back on this Monday. I love Mondays here at the show because our Mondays are never boring on Sunrise Live. Some people are like, now there are Sundays, don't get me wrong, when I'm at home, like about, this is me, Sunday at about, it depends on my mood of the day or the weekend, 4 to 5-ish, the weekend's over, the week's coming. It's one of those, I do this mental weird thing.
Mine's at 7 o'clock when 60 Minutes comes on.
60 Minutes, and you kind of know that's the end of the weekend.
Yeah.
But
I kind of start getting that funk, you know. It's like,
yeah, well, you know, I think we go through some of that, but the funny thing is, like a day like today, I've had great guests on today. I talked with Amanda Smith earlier.
I saw that
and she's
earlier.
always up and bubbly and talking about tour of homes, and that's going to be fun. Talked about the 6 locations. Well, now you're here from the library talking about a class that you're offering to people, and I just want you to take over now. Tell me the class.
All right.
What it is and what you do, and then we're going to show some close-ups. So what is all this?
Well, about 5 years ago, a friend of mine, we kind of talked about, let's not do gifts anymore. We
To
both
each other, you mean?
with like our birthdays. We
Okay.
just both have so many things. So we thought we'll start doing experiences. So
Doing something together instead.
doing something together instead
Okay.
of buying that something that you don't use and it goes in the closet or whatever.
What kind
you
of
know?
things have you and the friend done then over this time to make up for that?
Yeah, sometimes it's just something like if there's a movie out that we really want to see, we'll do dinner and a movie.
Okay.
Or this Mandela class we had gone to see, we've gone to a class where you learn how to do that
Cricket.
Yeah.
I call it the cry cut, and I got corrected on that.
Right, the cry cut, the cricket. There's so many people go.
But
so
that's a
many
class how to do designs with
Yeah.
that.
We
Have you done anything kind of
gone down
outlandish
to
or weird?
Township Park and picked up beach glass. You know, just
No,
stuff
that's
like
cool.
experience things. Right. Or
Now, that's
we've
something to
gone
think about, by
one
the
of our
way.
wineries and just went and tried a different kind of wine. So
In lieu of, here's another gift we always give each other, let's go
Right.
do something.
Yes.
And then you remember that over time.
because we both have such busy lives, you know. She's a nurse in
sure.
PA, so she does those long days also.
All right, so you got to find the time to go. In this class,
Now,
you said you took, where did you do this and what was it all
This
about?
was down at Scottish Yards in Edinburgh, PA,
Okay.
and so we thought, look, that looks like fun. It looks like we're not very good at like painting, like if you.
Well,
were
are you
painting
both
a
arty
portrait or
people
something.
or not so much arty
Crafty
stuff? Crafty people.
Yeah, we
All right.
both can crochet and knit and quilt and weave and macrame and.
So this
all
paint,
that
there's
kind of
paint
stuff.
involved here was a little different.
Yes, because we've never really actually painted before, but this
Ooh.
is different because we thought it's dots. You know, who can't make dots? Well, there is some structure
Trust
to it,
me,
apparently.
you haven't seen me do artwork yet.
Well, you know, and mine's not like professional either.
But is this kind of an anybody could try this thing?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fun, and like another friend of us had gone with us too, and for some reason, like Kim and I, we did it. But Chris, she was our weakest link. She just couldn't do it. She was because we thought it was calming, and she was like, "This just like makes me anxious," you know. She's like,
Oh,
"I
like to
keep
get
my
it so
circle."
perfect,
Yeah.
she's nervous about
She
that.
was
Where
nervous
you're going,
about
this
it, where
is
we're
fun.
like, yeah.
You chilled and did it.
Yeah.
So, all right,
that
tell
was
me
kind
some of the elements I see plain rocks
All right.
over on the
Yes,
end.
so,
is it all rocks, Mandela?
No.
Or what is this?
Mandela
Medium.
Mandela is Sanskrit for meaning circle.
Circle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it comes from the Sanskrit language, and it's calming. It's supposed to be calming originally.
Okay.
It starts out with that. So if you think about it, flowers start with that middle and go into
Okay,
infinity.
yeah.
These could go to infinity.
Like
You know,
I see
if I had a big enough rock, it could go.
You just keep doing.
You could just keep going, right?
Okay.
So you can do quilts with the Mandela look. A lot of
Okay.
bohemian style, boho look. That's kind of the Mandela look.
So you start with a center
start in
and
the
work
center.
your way
And
out
work your way
forever.
out. Mhm.
That's the goal, and it's usually now you have rocks and what are those acorns?
I have some acorns.
And we're gonna get to that in a
You can
minute
do
here.
Mandela on just about anything you want. You know,
Well, I'm going to tell you.
tiles.
I'm going to go into the camera because I want you to see some of this.
All
I'm going to do a little zoom ins on things.
All right, so you
because
can see.
they got to see this up close.
All right.
And I think this.
This
will
one's
show
one of my
better.
favorite ones.
How
this
do you want
pink
to
and black.
start with what? What do you want
Well,
to
I'll
look at?
start with this pink and black one if
Let me
you
get
want.
zoom
This
in on
one.
you there. All right, now look. Let me zoom right in on the piece itself.
All right.
All right, look at that in the picture up there. You see it all.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Now, that's a good flat-ish rock, then,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And you started, tell me how you did
I
that
start
design.
right in the center with the white,
Okay.
and then it's done also in layers. So that first layer, I would do my white layer, and then I would do my pink paint, and I would do the next layer. Now, some of the tools you use are these. And I don't
Okay,
think I
let me
might
zoom
get
that out a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. See, these are the tools. And when
It's like a piece of plastic
it's
of
just
some type?
it's
or
just like a dowel.
Okay.
All right. There's that
And
kind.
you're starting, show me a rock you're starting with.
All right, and there's this kind of a tool too. See
Okay.
how they have the little metal tips on them?
Yeah, there you go.
That way.
So
These
that's
make
for
the
smaller.
smaller dots, right?
So it's kind of mesmerizing when you look at that, kind of as it works
Yeah.
its way out of the center.
And then I'll lay this one down and I'll pick this up. Here's acorns that.
Oh, let me see some of those. Give me a couple of those to look at.
All right.
Oh, look at that. That's as close as I can get to your hand there.
All right.
So
all
one
I
is
did
just
was
colored
paint.
plain,
Mhm.
and then what do you have on the other ones? Like circles or dots or something?
Yep. It's all done with that Mandela.
Look at that. Little, and there's a bunch of those little acorns there.
Yeah.
Those are cool. How about a couple other little examples you have?
And then I have these smaller rocks, and you don't always have to go with the black. This one I did in the blue.
So is your first
Here,
thing
I have a
you do,
gray.
it's a plain colored rock, and then
Right.
you color it a basic color to start?
Yes. You put.
And you choose that first?
Yes.
Okay.
For the
what's
most part, black
What's that
is the
plain one?
one.
Is it supposed to stay plain like that, or what are you
This
doing?
one right here?
Yeah.
This one I painted gray.
Okay.
And here you can see, like, these are the rocks that you find down,
Well, there's a
down at the
rock
beach.
you do, now,
Just
how
a
did you-
plain rock.
Where do you get your rocks?
So, Township Park,
Really?
down at the creek, anywhere. Sometimes in my own backyard in the driveway.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
But you need a smooth
you just need the
stone.
perfect rock, right?
that.
And look, and this one too.
Like that too.
Yeah. So, because I'll show, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, because if you don't get.
Show me that edge on that one. Yeah, look
See?
at the
Yeah,
rough
see?
edge near the bottom there.
Right, see that rough edge there?
Now that's probably not because the paint's harder to get in
Yes.
there. Is that the
Mhm.
point?
Yeah.
But it worked.
So, it's
but-
okay. It's not my favorite. It's one of my first ones I picked out, but yeah.
Now see that one. Okay. Boy, I see the pattern from the middle out.
Yeah.
Man.
That's what they all have, the pattern from the middle out.
Look at that
This
one.
one's, here's the teal.
Oh, very pretty.
This
That
is
kinda
my-
looks like an egg.
Yeah, my granddaughter,
And I
this
like
is her
that
favorite
one
one.
right
Yeah.
there.
This looks like a sea anemone, I
It
think.
does. And it's kind of humped like the
Yeah.
rock, isn't it?
And that's another thing, when you do your paint, you can see that, you can't quite tell on camera, but they all have
There's
a texture.
You feel, I felt a couple of those.
Yeah,
Let me
they all
back
have
that
a
up little
texture.
bit. There we go.
So for my class tomorrow, this is the one we're making. You don't have to zoom in on it, but this is.
So you're doing a
this is the
class
style.
on this tomorrow at the library.
Right.
Are you filled up with that already?
The last time I looked, I have one spot left.
And it might be filled already?
It's a possibility.
What time are you doing this tomorrow anyway?
Tomorrow's class is from 2:30 to 4. I need an hour and a half.
Okay.
Like I said, because it is, there is a system to it.
Yeah.
There is a pattern that you'll get. This, like I said, this is the one we're making.
Here, let me hold that one up again while you're
sure.
talking, just to keep it in their
Yeah.
minds here.
This is the pattern.
That's the pattern you're working
And
on.
when you look at it, you'll see that, and here's the chart that I had made.
Oh.
So on this chart too will also say layer 1, layer 2, and layer 3. So see, you're gonna have 3 layers on there.
And you can feel those on top
and
of
you
that
can
rock.
feel that. So each layer assigns you the color and then the size of the
Now I see like a center starting point,
Yeah.
then little dots around it, then, man.
because these
There's up to
all-
3 layers
here's
on
the
these.
tools, right? Here's all the
All
tools that
these-
you use.
There's pointy ones, flat
Right.
ones.
Right.
Look at
Those
that.
are all the tools.
To do
Now,
all these
before-
markings.
right,
So what, you
before.
dip in paint and then do your
And,
thing?
yeah, I can show you that too. And I can kind of do one so that you can see.
If you want to.
Yeah.
Can you
when I
goof this
first-
up though?
Oh, yeah.
Like
So-
if you were doing it, could you goof it
yeah.
up?
You know what you do?
What do you do?
You just push it off to the side and paint it black again and start all over.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Because these are kind of intricate.
When I first, when I was waiting for my tools to come on Amazon, I used a toothpick, I used a pin, I used a wooden dowel, I used the back end of a
So this is actually a
paintbrush.
kit of these you've picked
Yeah.
up to do it.
Yeah, but you can use all kinds of things. I used a pencil, the
For
eraser
the
part of
end?
the pencil. a Q-tip. So there's all kinds
right, let
of
me
things
ask
that
you
you could
this.
do if you want to experiment with
Give
it.
me one of your smaller plain rocks over there. Under the sheet, there's a plain
Oh,
one,
just
I
a
think.
plain one
Yeah,
like this,
this is
yeah.
one you would have picked up that we'd use in class.
Yeah.
Okay. So like say we were going to do some on this.
Yeah.
Your first coating is covering the color. Now, do you do the whole rock or just the flat part
I
you're
do
looking
the whole
at?
rock.
So
the
you
whole
color
rock.
the whole thing.
Yeah, but
how long does that take to do and dry?
I'm gonna have those done for them already.
The first coating
The
is
first
done.
coating is done. Yeah.
How long does it usually take to dry if you do a first
Because I spray
coat?
paint.
Ah.
So I
the
spray
first
paint.
coating.
Yeah. So I spray paint
gotcha.
them.
So your rocks are going to be
black.
prepped.
Yes, they'll be all ready to do because that's a time-consuming part too, and that's just something.
Now, will they really finish a Mandela design with you in the class of an hour and a
Yes, they'll
half?
finish that one
So
in the
this
hour
one
and a
can be done in that hour and a half.
Because I'm going to bring my hair dryer,
Yeah.
and we're going to speed up the process.
Yeah.
My little handheld. Yeah.
How did they do it with you in your college class? How did they keep it going?
Well, that was 3 hours. That's
So you had
fine.
time.
Yeah. So yeah. So they.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
And they are kind of just peaceful to look at. I hate to say it. They're just nice. It feels like nice.
It's very
And
calming.
Will people choose, they're going to make this exact replica, or do they choose different
That's-
colors?
No, that's the one that
Everybody's
that's the
will look
pattern.
like this.
Everybody. And not necessarily look exactly
Well,
like that either.
the colors
because the
design.
color design, yeah,
Okay.
it's fall colors.
And you put your initials on there.
And I'm also going to I have like these little black squares too that they'll be able to practice on first because there is technique to it.
Okay.
You know, there is, let me squirt some paint in this.
Are you going to really do something here? All right,
Yeah, I'll
you can show me what you want to do.
Because part of it is, and these are those, you could get these paints for 50 cents, $1, 89 cents, depending on if
Like
they're
craft
metallic or
stores
not
or
at
where?
the craft store.
Okay.
And they're called quick drying apple barrel paint.
So quick dry, and you got a whole bunch of these.
Yeah. So the reason why it doesn't dry quick is because the technique that you use, it leaves a mound.
Okay.
Yeah, you want a mound
So
of
that's
paint.
and that's got to take
So,
time to dry.
Yeah, so I'm going to show you.
All right, here's your little dish, and you put a little blue in there.
Yeah, all right.
So what are we doing?
So-
Let me get that out of your paint. There
Thank
you go.
So
you got a
when
little
this
black
goes
piece
down-
of paper here.
Right. And do you think it's easier if I do it on this? Do you think it's easier?
Don't waste a rock if you don't want to.
No,
That's
I can-
fine.
It might even show better. So
So this
when
might be
you
your
put-
first thing.
Yeah, when you put this down.
And you got a round, flat-ended
Yeah.
piece in the paint.
And you're not going to go all the way to the bottom because you want that dollop on the
I
end of
see.
your.
Oh, I can see it right there.
And you want to go straight up and down.
Ah. So that's like your center
see?
dot,
So see how
and
that's
it's raised a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now then, after you be going around and around.
And then another
Oh.
one of the tricks is you when you do that you go this way,
Okay.
this way, and then this way, and then fill in.
Oh, you don't
So
just pretend
go-
to try to
because,
go
like,
around.
what
You might
hap-
mistake
You'll
it.
miss, yeah.
Oh, okay. Now you go to the other side, then you
Yeah.
fill in the, I got you. And look, every one of those has a little raised piece.
Right, and they're all
Look at that.
perfect circles.
You've done this. Now, do you find this relaxing or tense?
And
for you.
I like it. I think it's relaxing.
Okay.
And one of the tricks is you don't go like this. You dip it
That's
in.
what I see you're saying. Each one is a dip.
Each one's a dip because you want that.
So
you
already
want that raised.
she's got a center and 8 around it. I mean, it's hard to see, but they're wet. I don't want to run them all.
Here.
And that would be your like middle, and you just
You
keep
feel,
building.
Here, you feel it. Try the technique once.
All right, on the
Yeah.
paper?
Yep.
I mean, now, so I'm
Yeah.
going to dip in and get a good amount of paint.
Yep.
And go right down
Right,
on
and
the
don't-
paper.
And don't push. Yeah, see, you don't
Oh, it
go
did,
all the way
and left a
down.
little dollop in the
and
middle.
you left your dollop. So now when you go to do your next one,
Yeah.
your next color, it's going to even give it a more of a raised.
How do you get these little tiny ones in there? What are you using for
Those
that?
are these little, see.
Oh, they are little pointy ends.
Yeah.
You
so-
just dip and go.
Yeah, same
Look at
thing.
that.
Look at this.
That is tiny. Oh my goodness, that is small. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that now.
There's the small one.
Oh my goodness.
And then
there's a little bit bigger.
And there's bigger, and there's even a really, really tiny one. So
Wow.
Yep.
And then does it just take a simple wipe off to clean the
Use baby wipes.
baby wipes? Okay.
Yeah.
Look, this is a little bigger,
Yeah.
but still small in
So
comparison.
when that dries,
Yeah.
you'll put your next layer on, and so this will.
Oh wait, does that mean you do one color totally first? Like say that blue you're doing. Is that what you mean?
You can, but then see like how the one of them's red and then the next
Oh, a little
one
dot.
says
How
yellow.
did you get that?
Right.
A dot
So
on top
it's-
of the old
yeah.
dry dot?
Yes.
Okay.
So
yeah, I do see that.
Each layer after it dries.
I gotcha.
So no, like say this one, I still have one more layer to do. I'm going to do a white dot on top of these black ones.
Oh my gosh.
So I'll probably use this smaller one right here to go
For
in.
every one of those.
For
But you'll have a little color. What color will
dot.
you use? Yellow
I think white.
or white?
Yeah, I think I want
Boy,
white.
that'll be really.
Yeah, that'll
Wow.
really make a pop.
See, and you end up
Mhm.
with this right here.
So,
Have you ever taught this to anyone before tomorrow?
no.
Never have? Not even one? You've kept this.
Just Kim and I have just, we've gone to each other's houses.
So when did you
and
decide
done
to
it.
try this as a library class then? How'd that come around?
Kathy Allman.
I need some adult activities. How'd she know you're into? You talk about it at the library?
Yeah, she knows I'm always in. I've helped her teach many things.
Well, you are always known for the scrapbooking classes and other
I've done her
things.
scrapbooking classes
Wow.
for her, and
So this is
part
tomorrow.
of the quilting class.
Right.
And, right. Yeah, tomorrow. So
Now you're probably
how was-
full tomorrow. Let's
yeah.
assume that.
Yeah.
Will you maybe bring this again up for another date somewhere in the future?
I do. Let me look here. It's on. I think.
Oh, you think you've thought of the date already?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Just
to
and
get a
I
head
thought
start.
I would do an evening one this time. So
Okay.
it is on December 17th.
That's a Tuesday night. What time are you thinking? 5:30. So we'll see.
So-
Printed something about
Yeah.
that down the road.
Right.
How many do you like to do at best at a time? 10 is your number
I
to control 10 people?
I picked 10 being my first time with this kind of class.
Because you're gonna
you
be
just
helping
never know.
people.
You're going to be helping people.
And you want time.
Because I'm going by like the type of help that I needed when I went
Okay.
to the class. Because it was all new to me too.
When you
So
first did
those-
it,
yeah.
did you went away with 3 things that day, or how many things? Okay,
Yeah,
were
I
all
did.
3 right the first time, or did you have to correct anything on your first round?
Well, this
For
was
you.
this was my first one, and then we did a thing in between, this little refrigerator
Let me
magnet
see that one.
one.
Now that's neat because it
And
looks like
this
flowers.
was- yeah, this one you could they told you be creative
It's
and
little
make whatever
flowers
you
right on
wanted.
there.
So I was creative and made whatever I wanted.
Oh,
on
you
that
just
one.
kind of did that with the same tools,
With
but
the
you
same
did.
tools.
But I see there's dots there.
There's dots.
That's really cute.
So.
But I think I don't know why. Why is my eye drawn to that black one that you said somebody likes?
My granddaughter loves this
I
one,
like that too.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
She just the feel of
The
it.
feel too for
Because
kids.
it's
Now,
very
is this
calming.
adults only right
This
now?
one
Who's
is, yeah.
doing it? What about, and the next one is adults too? Okay.
This is all adult program.
Could you see families doing this at home? Would it make sense, or is it too hard for young? What ages might want to try this?
It's all it is.
Teens?
It's dotting.
Well, but I mean, are you thinking you and the kids could do something at home to try this over the holidays, maybe?
I wouldn't try it with my 1-year-old, but I'd try it with my
Because
granddaughter.
their hands are going to be, yeah. But that would be an idea. Because I'm thinking over like Thanksgiving holiday or Christmas, you can have a little craft time together. This would be cool.
Oh,
And
for sure.
Couldn't they be a gift for somebody? I mean, wow.
For sure.
So are
I'll
you
pick up
still a
that.
rock hunter even during these rough parts of the year? Or do you already have a ton of rocks set up?
I have a bag full of rocks, but I love going down to Township
Even when
Park
it's rough?
and Walnut Beach, all those places, Presque Isle, all those places.
Where do you find the most beach glass of the 3?
Art Park.
Ours probably has the most that you dig up around there.
That I go to, you
Okay.
know, and I'm not really so much a digger. I'm
What's
just
up
a
on top and you just
walker,
look at
yeah.
it. So you find the most at our place. What about the smooth rocks you need? Where do you find the most
Our
of
place
those? Ours too?
Yeah, yeah.
See, Kaya, Township Park, baby.
Especially after a storm, and then like I like picking up those quartz, the pink, the rose quartz, and the white quartz, and I have a little bag full of the little lucky stones.
Yeah.
Find it from the fish. So
Wow.
just like random things, or I'll find a nifty looking piece of, and then I always take a bag too, and I pick up garbage and.
Well, you know what? That's a nice thing. I think everybody can always do that. Just when you're out and about, help the. I mean, we got
Help the
such a
park.
great
Yep,
park.
I always carry a
And the
bag,
storms do
and-
wash in all sorts
Yeah.
of things. They just do.
I
That
know,
one
it's-
storm brought a lot of wood in and everything. I mean,
Yeah, it's probably a little bit compared to what sometimes is down there, but I feel like it helps.
So
Makes me
class
feel better.
tomorrow is probably full at the library, but December 17, think about that date, Tuesday, if you'd like to get in on trying one of these and well, they'll come away, it's like $5 for the class?
Yeah.
And they'll come away with give me the 3 things
Yeah.
they'll probably do that
They'll
day.
have a rock this size.
Okay, a larger rock.
They'll have a rock this
Like a
size,
smaller
and
rock.
the Mandela will come with a magnet.
That could be a
that
magnet
goes on
one
your
on a
refrigerator.
fridge, and what else? Maybe an
And
acorn?
then you will have, well, this class you'll have an acorn. The Christmas class,
What do you think they're
December
doing?
class, you'll have a Christmas ornament.
Oh.
You'll have a rock, and you'll have a Christmas ornament.
that's cool.
To actually hang on your tree.
When you're done, but you're going to Mandela it.
Yeah, you're going to Mandela your Christmas ornament.
Oh, now that's a neat idea. Perfect. Cindy, this is so cool.
Thanks.
Thanks for sharing this with everybody. It looks like it's easy. Well, easy, but I mean, you can do it. You don't have to be an artist at first. Try it. Call the library, or best thing to do is it on your website for your events page.
Yep.
Just go to the
Go on
events
there.
page at Conneaut Library's page, pull down December 17th. What are you calling the class again by name? When we look
Just
this up?
Yeah, just Mandela.
All right, look that up. Get yourself registered, because once your limit's reached, you can't really take more.
And if you want to experiment with it before you even try, like I said, just go. You don't even have to paint your rock. Just have, you only have to put a base down.
Okay.
Just try it with a, like I said, a pencil eraser, a Q-tip,
To try
a
that.
pin, a toothpick,
And they all work,
and
because
they
you've
all
done it.
work. Because I did it to see if I.
Did you bring one of those, you've done it with those materials with you by chance? Like that you did with your own homemade stuff?
No.
So these are all with the tools?
Yeah, these are all
Okay.
with the tools.
Very cool, large to small. This could be...
Variety.
Now, do you notice, well, you not have taught a class yet, but in your class you took, was it silent or were people chatting while they worked? Or is it just you don't think about talking while you're doing it?
Yeah, you are a little. Some do, some don't.
Oh,
It wasn't-
really?
And the one I went to, it was it was those pairings. So
Oh.
you do the wine, like the painting
Yeah,
and the wine and the
okay.
painting that people do now.
Sure.
That's what it was.
Sip and Mandela.
So Sip and Mandela.
I just wondered if it's so concentrated, people aren't chatting much unless they're taking a sip or
Yeah,
something.
we were all chit chatting, and we were chit chat with our neighbors too. Because you sit at a table. And that class that I went to, I bet it had 20 people.
Did
in
it?
Yeah. So I
And
don't
this
know
is
how
just
she
a
did
neat
it.
idea brought to your Conneaut Library again by Cindy. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thanks for sharing all your treats here with us today. Very beautiful. If you'd like to sign up, it's December 17th at the library with Cindy. That one's going to be a 5:30 class.
Right.
5:30, probably an hour and a half until they close up, and you'll take your ornament and rocks home with you that night.
Right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We'll take a little break. We'll let Cindy get back to her job on this Monday morning. We'll be back to finish up our show in a bit.
We are the Dreamers. We come in a variety of colors
and styles.
a variety of sizes,
We come in different patterns.
and different materials.
We are the Dreamers.
Achieving your dream can take work.
I just wanted to do a career,
But don't give up.
changing my life.
Don't ever give up.
Ignore the haters.
They didn't believe that I can do it, and I just proved them that I can.
Independence University.
IU is an online college,
Education online for a better life offline.
so your campus is wherever you want it to be.
Take classes when you want to take classes.
At IU, you receive the tools you need at no extra cost.
Even a brand new laptop and tablet to use in school.
You're going to keep that laptop and tablet when you graduate.
And IU's career services work really hard to help you get a job.
You've got to have dreams.
Independence University.
Education online for a better life offline.
1-800-549-3015. 1-800-549-3015.
My world spins fast, but I wouldn't change a thing. I wear many hats: mother, daughter, and wife. Being a visiting angel is a big part of my life. I love providing the care that George needs now that he lives alone. Visiting Angels gives me the confidence, work experience, and support to be the best caregiver possible.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Throughout my life, I've always tried to be there for the people around me. Now, things have changed. I'm so grateful to have an angel who truly cares for me.
It's so rewarding to be a part of his life and make a difference when he needs it the most.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Alrighty, welcome back to Sunrise Live here. What are we at? 9:32 on the hour here on this Monday morning. So glad to have you back with us on the program. I'm your host, Jim. This is Sunrise Live. We got a few minutes here we're going to do and wrap up. We got stories, we got things. Always on a Monday, if I have a chance, I like to go over with you the box office draw of the weekend. I know some of you like movies, and I just kind of keep up every weekend. How did the weekend do at top 10 movies and other? What made money out there in Hollywood land this weekend? And so I thought we would cover that. Let's take it down. All right. We've got a couple of first-time movies in the top 10, and we'll show you how they did. Number 10 this week was the movie Harriet. Now, that's been out for 3 weeks now. It's kind of the movie version story of Harriet Tubman, you know, well known with the Underground Railroad. Kind of tells her story and her life and her work with rescuing slaves. That brought in $4.7 million this weekend. And after 3 weeks, it's brought in $31,800,000 so far. Number 9 on the weekend is the Disney movie Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. Now that's been out for 5 weeks. That brought in $5.2 million. So far in 5 weeks, $106 million on that movie. Been in the top 10 since it's been released 7 weeks ago. The movie Joker came in number 8, $5.6 million this weekend, $322.5 for the U.S. gross in 7 weeks. Number 7 movie is a brand new movie. Ian McKellen and Helen Mirren star in The Good Liar, kind of a spy thriller espionage movie. Brand new movie, $5.6 million on its first weekend. Number 6, the Stephen King inspired movie Dr. Sleep has been out for 2 weekends. That brought in $6.1 million. So far, only $25 million in 2 weeks for Dr. Sleep. Number 5, Last Christmas. Kind of a heartwarming rom-com about Christmas. $6.7 million in its second weekend, brought in $22.5 so far. Number 4, the WWE wrestler John Cena turned into movie actor. His movie was out for 2 weeks. Playing with Fire, $8.5 million. For 2 weeks, he's brought in $25.5 million. Number 3 movie of the weekend was out for its first week. The brand new version of Charlie's Angels, $8.6 million. Number 2 movie of the weekend has been out for 2 weekends now. Midway, the movie about the Battle of Midway Island in the Pacific, and that has brought in $8.7 million for its 2-week run, $35.1 million so far. And the top movie of the weekend stars Christian Bale and Matt Damon, Ford versus Ferrari, $31 million on its first weekend out. So that is your movie roundup for the weekend. All right, there we go with that. Pretty good, if you like movies. Of course, there'll be more coming out here November, and towards December they pump out a number of movies because, of course, to get try to get a nomination for an Academy Award, or the Oscars as you call it, you have to have a movie out and release by December 31st of a year to be nominated for the next year's show. So you'll start to see this next couple of weekends through the holidays and into Christmas time, more and more movies released so that they get their showing in this year so it counts for next year's Oscars. That's just how it works. Let's take a look at the Conneaut Police Blotter. I've got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday calls to the police department here. I usually like to cover these after the weekend so we keep them up to date. Here's what kind of calls came into the police department on Friday. They got a railroad complaint from Chestnut Street. There was suspicious activity reported Friday on High Street. There was an unruly juvenile report from Gateway Avenue. They helped with a vehicle unlock on Broad Street, suspicious activity on Broad Street. There was an assist to the ambulance on Liberty Street. A suspicious vehicle was called in on Washington Street Friday. An assault was called in from Broad Street Friday. A theft was reported on Grove Street. 2 disabled vehicles reported South Amboy Creek and Route 7 in Welton on Friday. 2 accidents reported Route 7 in Gateway and Mill Street. There was a harassment call made Lakeview Avenue, suspicious activity Friday on Broad Street, an overdose call from West Main Road, and 2 overdose calls from Liberty Street made on Friday's call list. So that's Friday night for you. Let's move into the police calls from Saturday. Let's see what's going on. All right, a burglary alarm went off from Bridgeview Lane Saturday. There was a suspicious person call made Saturday on Harbor Street. An animal call was made on Main Street. There was a threat reported on West Adams Street. Domestic call came in, Chestnut Street. Another theft call from Middle Road. Another theft call came in Saturday from High Street. There was an open line 911 call from Maple Avenue. There was a traffic stop where they found a suspended driver Saturday, State Street in Buffalo is where that happened. Suspicious activity was called in from Broad Street and Erie. 3 suspicious vehicles called in Saturday, one at Malik Park, Middle Road near the covered bridge, and on West Main Road. Saturday there was a suspicious activity call from Fairview Drive, and then an assault was called in from State Street on Saturday as well. So those are your Saturday calls. And then we'll wrap up with everything that came through yesterday. All right, let's get those pulled up. Here are the police calls for Sunday. Burglary alarm on Harbor Street. A reported accident at State Street and Mill, but that was unfounded. A traffic stop which ended in an arrest, Route 7 between Underridge and South Ridge Road. There was a domestic call on Lake Road Sunday. A couple of railroad complaints, one on Gore Road and one on North Amboy Road Sunday. 2 more domestic calls Sunday, one on State Street, one on Marshall Street. Let's see, a suspicious person call Sunday on State Street. Harassment call came in from Sandusky, and then an unwanted person on Kephas Road. That call came in Sunday as well. So those are your police blotter calls. There you have it. All right, let me grab a break and get a commercial in here if I can. We'll be back with a little bit more Sunrise Live for you in just a few minutes.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits like dental, vision, hearing aids, and more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right, for one low premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you can get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Many people with Medicare don't know about this type of insurance. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed to tell you about it. Call now for your free, no-obligation Medicare plan comparison schedule. Call the number on your screen now. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
My world spins fast, but I wouldn't change a thing. I wear many hats: mother, daughter, and wife. Being a visiting angel is a big part of my life. I love providing the care that George needs now that he lives alone. Visiting Angels gives me the confidence, work experience, and support to be the best caregiver possible.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Throughout my life, I've always tried to be there for the people around me. Now, things have changed. I'm so grateful to have an angel who truly cares for me.
It's so rewarding to be a part of his life and make a difference when he needs it the most.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
welcome back to Sunrise Live. 9:43 is our time on the clock. Here's a few news stories we didn't get to cover earlier on. If you want to make a phone call into the show, yep, we are open and ready for business. 593-7181 is the number to call. We'll be glad to talk with you there. About the impeachment inquiry, this story came in this morning. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi gave strict orders Sunday to President Trump not to, quote, intimidate the whistleblower who sparked the House impeachment inquiry, while challenging the president to testify before Congress himself if he wants to set the record straight. Quote, the president could come right before the committee and talk, speak all the truth that he wants if he wants. He has every opportunity to present his case, she said in an interview that aired Sunday on CBS's Face the Nation. Pelosi extended the invitation ahead of a jam-packed week of witness testimony in the impeachment inquiry. She said lawmakers would look forward to seeing any information from Trump, quote, that is exculpatory, that means X, taking away, culpable, blame. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer echoed that suggestion, quote, if Donald Trump doesn't like what he's hearing, or doesn't agree with, with what he's hearing, doesn't like what he's hearing, he shouldn't tweet. He should come to the committee and testify under oath. And he should allow all those around him to come to the committee and testify under oath as well, Schumer told reporters. Now, the challenge was paired with Pelosi's warning not to go after the whistleblower in any way. Though Democrats initially had indicated that the whistleblower could testify, only to back off and now urge Trump to testify instead. I will make sure he does not intimidate the whistleblower, Pelosi said. I told the president you're in my wheelhouse when you come after the whistleblower. On Monday, Trump fired back and accused Democrats of rigging the system. Quote, this is a great fraud being played out against the American people by the fake news media and their partner, the do-nothing Democrats. The rules are rigged by Pelosi and Schiff, but we are winning and we will win, he tweeted. Pelosi's words come as the House Intelligence Committee is in the midst of public hearings with officials about Trump's now infamous July 25th phone call with Ukrainian President Zelensky, where he asked him to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden and his son Hunter over their business dealings in the Eastern European nation. Let's see here. This is kind of one of those creepy things that sounds like it could be made into a movie. Authorities in Colorado investigating a possible killing in an apartment in a Denver neighborhood made a grisly discovery Friday when they located the body of an adult male encased in concrete in the basement, according to officials. The Adams County Sheriff's Office said in a news release that detectives had obtained a search warrant for an apartment on York Street in unincorporated Adams County after receiving information from the Arvada Police Department regarding a possible shooting that took place at the location November 8. A SWAT team served the search warrant at the apartment Thursday afternoon and arrested 38-year-old Russell Montoya Jr. inside. A search of the residence and multiple interviews have confirmed that a shooting and homicide occurred inside the apartment, the sheriff's office said. Well, as members of the Adams County Sheriff's Office crime scene and lab team were processing the crime scene in the apartment, investigators located the body of an adult male victim encased in concrete in the basement of the apartment, officials said Friday. Quote, ACSO personnel will work in conjunction with members of the coroner's office to remove the decedent from the residence, the sheriff said. People in hazmat suits could be seen removing a very large body bag from the apartment on Friday. Neighbors said there was a lot of activity at the apartment, but they never suspected anything as grisly as what authorities described. Quote, you literally don't know what's going on at your neighbor's home, Anna Shia Lucero told the news. It's an evil world these days, and it's really sad. Let's see, all right. Oh boy, let's see here. How about this? Out of the state of Texas, Texas health officials late last week reported the first pediatric flu death of the 2019-20 season. The child, who is not identified, was a 5-year-old from the Rio Grande area, according to a Friday tweet from the Texas Department of State Health Services. He or she had not been vaccinated against the virus, officials said. No other information on the death was provided. It's in its flu activity report released Friday, the Texas department said flu activity in the state continues to rise and is at an above average level. The agency warned that young children, particularly those 6 months to 5 years of age, are especially vulnerable to the flu virus, as well as serious flu-related complications, including death. Now, that news comes after Connecticut health officials last week confirmed 2 flu-related deaths in 2 adults over the age of 65. The fatalities marked the state's first of this year's flu season. And let me do one more story here before, hang on there, we take our break. Okay, how about this? From FedEx, the CEO. The CEO of FedEx challenged the New York Times publisher A.G. Sulzberger to a debate after the paper ran a story titled "How FedEx Cut Its Tax Bill to Zero Sunday." Quote, "I hereby challenge A.G. Sulzberger, publisher of the New York Times and the business section editor, to a public debate in Washington, D.C. with me and the FedEx corporate vice president of tax," FedEx CEO Frederick Smith said in a statement Sunday. The focus of the debate should be on federal tax policy and the relative societal benefits of business investments and the enormous intended benefits to the U.S. economy, especially lower and middle class wage earners, Smith said. FedEx owed more than $1.5 billion in taxes in its 2017 fiscal year before President Trump's tax overhaul and owed nothing the year following the tax cut, according to the Times. Smith, the corporation's founder, lobbied big time for the tax plan, even presenting a proposal of its own. Trump signed into law the $1.5 trillion tax cut that became a signature legislative achievement. Quote, "The New York Times published a distorted and factually incorrect story on the front page of the Sunday, November 17th edition concerning FedEx and our billions of dollars of tax payments and billions of dollars of investments into the U.S. economy." So FedEx says, nope, nope, nope. We paid our fair share. False statements. Let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll wrap up our show for this Monday. Here we are, last couple of minutes of the show on this Monday morning. Any last callers need to get in? You got about a minute to do so, 440-593-7181. Other than that, we had a great show today for you. Glad you're able to join us whenever you could. Enjoy today It's probably the last precipitation-free day we'll have for a little while. I did notice little raindrops or flakes or whatever on the pictures of the rest of the days of the week. So we're going to have some precipitation of some kind coming down through the air here this week. It's going to be a little bit warmer today, in the 40s as well. Tomorrow's show, we got a good show for you. Brand new visitor with his own business on the program. Dan Foltz from Dan's Backyard Barbecue is coming on the program. I heard about him through some other friends, and we got a chance to work out a date to come on the program, and that's going to be tomorrow morning. And then we should be able to speak tomorrow after 9 with our city manager in Conneaut, Mr. Jim Hockaday. He's scheduled as well. Great shows for you the rest of the week. Wednesday, we're going to talk with Dr. Jerry Orlando, our local Conneaut chiropractor. And then Wednesday at 9, we'll do our last call-in telethon for the food pantry here in Conneaut. Thursday, Chris Davis and Jordan Nowitzki are going to be in the program with me at 8 o'clock from the Conneaut Arts Center. That ought to be fun. And our friend, Master Herbalist Jill Lasky's on Thursday as well. Friday, to wrap up the show, Mr. Chuck Guglielmo is going to be my guest at the 8 o'clock hour. And we will have folks from the Bethlehem Experience. It's coming to the Ashtabula Town Square once again, and we'll have some friends on Friday to talk about that. I think Martha is probably going to join us Friday as well. So we have a great week planned for you.
Good evening. I'd like to call the Conneaut City Council meeting for November 12, 2019 to order. Ms. O'Connell, will you please call the roll?
City Manager Mr. Hockaday.
Present.
Finance Director Mr. Williams.
Here.
Law Director Mr. Smith.
Here.
Council President Mrs. Newcomb.
Present.
Mr. Emery.
Here.
Mr. Garrix.
Here.
Mr. Kozeski.
Here.
Mrs. McVoy.
Here.
Mr. Prokowski.
Present.
Mr. Sanford.
Here.
Would you all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item on our agenda is the disposing of our meeting minutes. We have two sets of meeting minutes, one from October 28, 2019, and our special meeting of November 4, 2019. Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes as presented? Ask for a motion to approve both sets of minutes. Motion by Mr. Sanford, seconded by Mr. Emery to approve the minutes. Ms. O'Connell?
Mr. Emery.
Yes.
Mr. Garrix.
Yes.
Mr. Kozeski.
Yes.
Mrs. McVoy.
Yes.
Mrs. Newcomb.
Yes.
Mr. Prokowski.
Yes.
Mr. Sanford.
Yes.